running over 45 clinical trials to develop new therapies. That means your child could have access to tomorrow's treatments today.
Hey, it's Bethel Duran. When you get into an auto collision and damage your vehicle, there's only one spot for you to call. That's my guy Leo at Active Collision. Experienced paint and body technicians will make your car look like it's brand new. You get a free estimate when you call 626-330-0100. They work with all insurance companies. Mention 710 and you get 50% off your insurance deductible. Call 626-330-0100, 626-330-0100, or visit activecollisionrepair.com.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. Now here's an important message from my friend, Jacob and Ronnie.
Wildfires can leave lasting scars on our families, our homes, our communities, and our peace of mind. Navigating the recovery process is hard, but you don't have to do it alone. I'm Jacob Amrani, and my team and I are here to help ensure you're treated fairly and get the resources you need. Call us for a free consultation and let us help you rebuild with confidence.
Call Jacob.
Travis Rogers and DeMarco Farr.
This morning at 9 a.m. after Greenie.
I don't think I've told you. I used to be in a bowling league.
You can bowl too.
I a little bit.
Okay.
I'm not a good bowler, but I'm not a terrible bowler.
You're like 9 feet tall.
Yeah.
How do you get down there?
I was okay. I was in the bowling league when I was in my 20s, so this is a long time ago.
Yeah.
But I have my own ball. Okay?
Nice.
Okay. And I'm okay, or at least I used to be okay. We go bowling. It's me and my 3 children, my wife, and Bobby's girlfriend, Sarah. Okay? So there's 6 of us. And we got the 3 women on one lane, and we got the 3 boys on the second lane. We're right next to each other. So they're competing, we're competing. Bobby won 2 of the 3 in the men's division.
He beat you.
And Michael won the other one.
You got smoked?
I got skunked, DeMarco.
Well done, Dad.
Weekday mornings at 9 a.m.
It's Travis and DeMarco
on 710 ESPN.
Hi, this is Sean McVay of your LA Rams. The Rams play here. KSPN, Los Angeles.
710 ESPN.
A good karma brands radio station.
Here we go, Travis Rogers, DeMarco Farr.
The far side. You ready for the far side?
I'm in the far side.
You're in the far side.
Welcome to the Travis and DeMarco Show. So let's get to the fun, shall we? The Travis and DeMarco Show right now.
Yeah!
Yes, sir. What's up, baby?
Who do I talk to about getting that bowling promo taken off you? I don't like that one.
The bowling pro? Oh,
yeah,
when you
the one where I talk about losing to my wife and my kids. That's no good.
You're all right.
I don't like that.
Well done, Dad. It's supposed to happen that way, right?
Nah, not
That's
yet.
supposed to happen.
I feel like I'm still capable of winning a bowling match.
You're supposed to think that way. And slowly, as they kick your tail over the course of the next 10, 12 years, you'll realize I'm not that guy.
Starting to happen.
Like I said, be happy you're human. If you were a lion, they would have eaten you by now.
It's a good point.
There you go. Yes.
That is a very good point. How you feeling this morning?
Good.
Where are your glasses?
Psyched. I got them right here. I'm not. Okay. See, no, don't you start. There's already one Mrs. Farr. I got them right here. Yeah, I fixed me losing glasses.
I saw you get into. I don't want to say a panic. It wasn't quite a panic.
No, it was a panic.
You were like, "Where are my glasses? Where are they? Are they on my head? Or are they on my shirt?" I'm like, "Dude, just get one of those granny chains and hang them around your neck."
No, you sound like my wife. I'm not gonna wear one of those chains. I'm not. I don't care how you dress it up.
Like you said, if you be thankful you're human and not a lion, or you would have been eaten by now.
I can still scrap. I just can't see up close.
You could granny chain it till you're in your 70s,
Lions
80s, 90s.
don't need to read like little screens, but I can still scrap.
You've at least blown up your font, right?
No.
Why?
No, because it's stupid. It's stupid. It's just stupid.
You need to be able to see it.
Nope, it's stupid. It's stupid. It's stupid. It's like Isaac. I will not let the old men in. I can make my life easier, but I just won't do it.
Are they prescribed, or you just buy those at CVS?
These are 2.0s. Yeah, at the pharmacy.
Yeah,
I know. I spent money on the readers, the ones where you don't have to take off.
Yeah.
Aren't those prescription?
These are what are called progressives.
Progressives, yes.
Where they're distance, middle, and readers.
How much did you spend on your progressives?
More than you would get them for at CVS.
Over 200?
Yes.
Okay.
About that, but not more than 2, less than 3.
I went kind of high end because I'm I'm transitioning. I want to make this part of my look. So I bought some nice glasses, right? I had them for about 7 months.
Gone. Granny chain.
No. I'll just keep buying these things here. Yeah.
You should granny chain yourself.
No, I won't do it. Yes.
Ohio State is your national champion in college football.
So what?
2024.
Do you care? Be honest.
Honestly, okay. Emily can vouch for me on this. This is how I felt coming into this season. I was I don't want to say skeptical, but I was wary of the college football playoff because I thought it may diminish the regular season. I thought that college football prior to this year was the only sport whose regular season was vitally important. That if you lost a game, you lost 2 games, that's it. You're out. Right?
Pretty much, yeah.
If you lost 1, you're still in it, but, okay, you're on notice.
Depending on who and when.
When and all that stuff. And then with the tournament, with 12 seats at the table, there were multiple paths to get in. So I thought that it might damage the regular season a little bit. At least this season, I don't think that it did.
No. College football was fun.
I agree.
Yes.
I agree. So that fear of mine or concern of mine was alleviated. The problem with what we just watched over the last 4 or 5 weeks, the games sucked.
Yeah, well,
they weren't. We only had a couple of good games in the whole thing, and last night's game was a mismatch.
Oddly placed.
Yeah.
Oddly placed.
Late in the calendar.
Well, coming off of the NFL weekend.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, you got your football fix in.
Yeah.
And then coming to this, it's like I didn't have any more room. I couldn't get excited. This was the most boring thing about college football this year.
I thought
was
so
the
too.
National championship game.
I
Everything
agree.
else leading up to it was great. Every game was fun.
No, they weren't. They weren't very good. The Texas
some turned into
Texas
blowouts,
ASU game was okay. The Notre Dame Penn State game was really good. Other than that, most of them were garbage.
There were a lot of ahas because all this SEC nonsense and they all got knocked out.
But
Aha!
I'm okay with them getting knocked out, but I would like to have some good games.
True.
There were 11 games in the college football playoffs.
Yeah.
Okay. 9 of them were dogs.
Okay, you can't all have blowouts, but it was fun. I thought the matchups were great.
It's too long.
But this closing, they did not close the show very well.
They didn't close the show,
Yeah.
and I think what. And look, I'm not saying that
I'm
after
not saying
1
throw
year,
it out. It's
right?
just-
Me
yeah,
too.
yeah.
No, nor am I. I'm
Yeah.
not saying throw it out. After 1 year, I think you got to be a little bit willing to tweak, and I think very clearly, if you win your conference, you're in the tournament. I think that's a good rule.
Fair.
But just like the NCAA tournament, just like my alma mater, UCSB, occasionally wins the Big West and they go into the college basketball tournament, they don't get a bye to the Sweet 16. They're still a 14 or a 15 seed in their own bracket because that's how good they are. That's where they belong. Football needs to be the same thing. You need to make sure that it is seeded. 1 should play 16, 2 should play 15, 3 should play 14.
That way tweak it some.
Just tweak it a little bit. That way you're more likely to get the best teams towards the
like
end.
it. I just you ever heard the old adage, you went around your butt to touch your elbow?
I haven't,
you ever heard that
but
before?
I like that.
Okay,
No.
we went around our butts to touch our elbow to crown Ohio State as national champion. You can't,
Okay.
It's easier
I can do it.
It's easier just to do this.
That's easier. I was wondering if I could.
You
I'm
can
like,
do it, but it's just easier to do it there.
I am
my
saying,
back.
though, that even with the 4-team playoffs, we did have dogs before. So it's not like an unusual thing to happen.
What do you mean, like bad games?
Yes, we've had bad games in the 4-team playoff. We've had bad games in national championships before.
You can't always have good games, but I thought all the storylines and they shouldn't be here, they should be here, SEC dominance and all that was fun. It's
I agree.
This was a horrible way to end the year.
It was in a weird spot. It's too late in the year. It has to be done earlier in the year. This is NFL football season, not college football season. You need to move it up. And I'm with you, Em. You can have 4 teams and have some bad matchups.
You can have dogs.
But when you have 4 teams, you only have 3 games. Okay? So whatever. When you have 12 teams, you have 11 games. You can't have 9 bad ones. That's too many.
But I am going to give Ohio State their credit.
Hell yes.
This is a 12 team. This is the most fair we've ever been about crowning a national championship, and they came out on top.
Wouldn't have been in the
credit
14.
to them. So we all have to live with for the next year.
Yeah.
So and we have to take it. We have to take it, and they're insufferable fans.
The very best thing you can say about the just concluded.
Yes.
I don't think anybody can argue that the best team didn't win.
No. And Ryan Day is a great coach. Period. End of story.
We'll get to that in a second. I agree with you. But if the best team wins, that's good news. And they won. How about this? Opening round game, they beat Tennessee by 25.
Mashed.
Second round game, Oregon, they beat them by 20.
Mashed.
Wasn't that close? That's a 3-touchdown win. Wasn't that close?
Keep going.
Texas, they beat by 14.
Yep.
Wasn't that close?
Keep going.
Notre Dame last night by 11.
I'm about to mess this all up. This is
Wasn't
going to be fun.
that close?
Right. Okay, now put payroll up there.
Oh, yeah. Well, look, okay. No. I'm with you. Look,
right.
You don't think Oregon's spending money?
I'm sure they did.
You don't think Texas is spending money?
I'm sure they did.
I'm sure Ohio State probably has the most. But look, this was not Farley Dickinson
No.
going up against.
I'm just saying they should. I mean, I'm giving them credit. They're
Oregon,
great. Ryan Day, Ohio State. But But they did. They spent a lot of
See
money.
if you can find this. I'm curious, like amount spent in NIL. I bet you Oregon and Texas are both in the top 5.
No doubt. I wouldn't be surprised if Ohio State is far and away number 1.
Oh, I think they probably are.
Yes, I mean far and away.
But I bet Oregon spent number close. 28, number 14. They probably beat numbers 2 and 4.
So to be fun radio guy, it's about as hollow as your next World Series will be for the Dodgers.
Great.
So the top 3.
Can't wait. Cannot wait.
Top 3, according to this site, is Ohio State number 1.
Yeah.
Number 2, Tennessee.
Okay. Who they beat.
Yes. And number 3, Texas.
Who they beat.
Who they beat.
Where's Oregon?
I'm going to find Oregon.
Yeah.
Okay.
I bet they're not out of the top
sure
10.
they're in there.
4.
Yeah.
They're 4?
4, yeah.
So they beat 2, 3, and 4.
But isn't that the level of your surprise that they actually won everything?
No. They're the best team. I'm not arguing, but they beat 2, 3, and 4.
Yes.
That's pretty damn good.
Correct.
That's
Right.
pretty damn good.
But you are number 1.
Yeah. No.
You outspent everyone. You should win.
2, 3, and 4.
Right.
Not even 2, 3, and 5.
I give them credit, yes.
2, 3, and 4.
Like I said, this is the way we're playing the game now.
Do you think
Unlike baseball,
Look,
where nobody's stopping you.
Do you know how many times you're about to hear what I'm about to say?
What are you going to say?
The owner of your favorite team is a billionaire, too. If he wants to spend the money, he can. He chooses not to.
But not like that.
Hey.
Not everyone has an ATM from Japan.
The owner of your favorite team is a billionaire, too. Don't look at me because your guy's
Well,
tight
you let
fist.
me know where the next Otani comes from, okay?
Oh, we just got him. His name's Hiroki Sasaki, and he's getting ready to do work.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, Kirby Yates apparently is close to a deal with the Dodgers, who is the best closer on the market.
Ooh.
After Tanner Scott, who the Dodgers also got.
Try it on for size. Say the Los Angeles
The
Dodgers.
Los
there
Angeles
you go.
Dodgers.
Yeah,
right?
you have
we'll
earned
get
that.
Dodger shirts, Dodger blue with white V on the chest.
But
That
one
is
good
it.
thing, too, about this 12-team playoff, though, is that Ohio State wouldn't have been in the championship. They probably would not have gotten to the 4-team playoffs.
They didn't get into their conference championship.
Exactly. So I think that's one good thing is that we found the best team that happened to be there because of the 12
I have no
team.
problem with the system. Like I said,
Me neither.
it's just where they put the game. It was off my radar. That's
and
hard.
Look, here's the thing, though. Let's say, what did you do last night? Did you watch the game?
Watched the game, watched everything else I usually watch on Monday, get my family ready for Tuesday.
Yeah.
Stuff. Yeah.
I watched it, too.
Coming off an
because
emotional NFL weekend.
I watched it, too, mostly out of... I need to watch this because we do this for a living. I need to check this out. I was not emotionally invested in the outcome. But if that game were really good, I think we're having a different conversation. If that were a game that was somebody's driving at the end to win or lose the game, I think we're having a different conversation. I think that we would have had a crescendo that was worthy of it.
They would have had to score like a combined 100 points to
get your attention,
to make me say that was the it of the night.
Yeah.
After what we just saw.
I get that.
You know what I'm saying?
It was
Mahomes
terribly anticlimactic.
And the flops, and Lamar Jackson goes down again. Josh Allen steps forward. Detroit loses. I mean, we're coming out of there with our jaws open. I'm not thinking about college football at that moment.
The timing of it is a bad deal. They need to put that week 1 of college football. This is going to be weird too, but I think we'll get more used to this than what we just saw. Week 1 of college football needs to be like in the middle of August.
Yeah, before the divisional rounds.
The latest they can be done is that first Monday after the first. That's the latest because you're going to play your games on the first, right?
Yeah.
The Rose Bowl, the Orange Bowl, whatever. You're going to play those games on the first.
That's when it usually ended, right?
Right.
Okay.
And then we had the championship game after that, occasionally.
A week after.
But we've pushed it 3 weeks into January.
Okay, then start earlier. I'm with you.
Start it earlier.
If you want to play more, start earlier. Well, why not? Why can't you start earlier?
Because it'll be 150 degrees in
Who
places
cares?
like Baton Rouge.
I don't want to hear that. They're young. They're getting paid, too. See, I sound like, I've switched over.
Welcome.
Come on.
Welcome.
Heat, come on. They got enough Gatorade.
Hopefully, you know what this ends, what we saw last night, because this is one of these things that drives me absolutely nuts. I'd rather go 1-12 and beat my rival than go 12-1 and win.
You know that's a load.
Stop it. We just got it. You had a loss to Michigan that nearly started a riot at midfield, and you wanted to fire your coach. And then he got on a heater and won 4 games in a row, and you're national champion. Find me a lie detector and hook every Ohio State fan up to it and tell me you're not 1,000% pleased how your season went.
Of course you are. You could care less.
I hate that argument.
It's a loss. It is to Michigan. You have to give them that.
They won the national championship.
It does, but part of it sucks. It is them. You want to beat them and win the national championship. But in the grand scheme of things, who cares?
If I told you when you were at Washington, if you guys and you did win the national championship and you guys went undefeated that year.
Yeah, but if we lost to the Cougs,
if you lost to the Cougs but still won the national championship, I bet you're still pretty damn proud of that ring.
Of course, but the only thing is we let them in the door because they get to celebrate because they beat us. That's the only thing.
Yeah, they get to celebrate and go back to Pullman, and you get to go to the Rose Bowl and win the national championship. I think
and
you're all right.
I'd be pointing to the next Apple Cup. But yeah,
it was something. It was move it up.
Congrats to Ohio State. Congrats to Ryan Day. I still don't know what the heck he was doing when he froze versus Michigan. When he was just standing there with chaos on the field.
I think he was shocked.
Your players are being beaten.
You know what it was?
What?
Okay, I'm gonna
no, your players were beating people up.
I think it was am I going to get fired?
There.
That I just laid an egg.
That man was going through an episode,
and he was having an existential crisis of I've lost 4 games in my life. Am I going to get fired because of this?
He froze. He's the guy that gets eaten by the dinosaur.
Dave Roberts. He's Dave Roberts because he has one of the highest winning percentages of any coach in college football, and he was not that great. Was on the hot seat until he wins a title, and he won a title.
High expectations, high payroll, always in it, never.
A fan base that requires championships.
What was Dave's biggest trash talk last year? We were unnerved. When Manny Machado threw the ball at him.
Something like that.
What was that? We were very
unnerving.
Unnerving.
Yeah,
yes.
I think
you might be
right.
They might be the same guy. That's how they react to turmoil. They just stand there.
And they'll both get extensions.
And win.
I don't think there's going to be a lot of unnervings.
Say it again. Say the Los Angeles Dodgers.
My Los
Look
Angeles
at you,
Dodgers.
snob.
My Los Angeles Dodgers.
It was unsettling.
Unsettling. That's very unsettling.
My team just got another guy. DeMarco, I'm going to be in so. Last year, you're like, you can't even enjoy this. Get ready to watch me enjoy 162 games.
Look at you.
Ryan Day has his own version of unsettling. It's when he went off at Lou Holtz.
What did he say?
2 years ago?
He and Lou Holtz have been sniping each other.
What's the word?
Years.
What did he say?
I gotta find it. It's something like.
Did you see him crash into the
You've
wall?
been less
that lady?
than genteel, sir.
Yeah. Sir, I say, sir, your level of gentility.
Yeah. What is it?
I'd like to know where Lou Holtz is right now. What he said about our team. I cannot believe.
Basically, I'd like to see where Lou Holtz is right now.
I can believe it because
World star.
Lou Holtz is a troll.
Oh my God. Yes.
Sir, I say, sir.
Wow. Where does Lou Holtz rank in your all-time coaches?
He doesn't.
He doesn't at all. At one point, he was the guy.
Yeah, that's
Lou
because
Holtz was the.
You know what?
He was at Notre Dame.
You know why he was the guy?
Why?
He was the guy when we were kids.
Yeah,
or young people.
But he was.
But he's not in that. He won one title.
Right, but you would think. Well,
he won one title. Like the guy is Nick Saban. The guy is Paul Bear Bryant.
Yeah.
The guy, guys, Pete Carroll. Those guys
Lou
that
Holtz
won
or
over and
Urban
over
Meyer?
and over again.
Lou Holtz or Urban Meyer?
What's the question?
A better college football coach.
Urban Meyer.
Urban Meyer by a mile.
By a
isn't it?
mile.
Yeah, I know. That's what. Urban Meyer or no, Lou Holtz or Pete Carroll. Easy one.
Pete Carroll.
Lou Holtz or Lincoln Riley.
Lou Holtz.
Really?
Lou Holtz won a title.
I guess you're right.
Yeah. Lou
This will
Holtz
be
won
fun.
a title.
Where do we rank Lou Holtz? We'll go with this all day. This will be fun.
I want to talk about some of the Rams guys. We can rank some of them. And Cooper Kupp was talking about his future in Los Angeles. And DeMarco, my interpretation skills are going to be put to the test. That's coming up next. It's Trav and DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
It was unsettling.
The most followed sports radio station in America.
710 ESPN.
At ESPN Los Angeles on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, TikTok, and Twitch.
LA's mega sport.
Hi, my name is Victoria. I am from Silmar, California, and I just want to say thank you to all the firefighters for everything that you've done. You are so brave, so just amazing and brave, and we appreciate everything you've done for the city.
I want to thank them. Without them, the fire wouldn't be the way it is right now. Little help, like you guys asked for. I got a few bobbleheads, a few jerseys, a few shirts that are brand new, and some baseball cards.
Thank you so much for the first responders and for the firefighters that are helping the community and the people of California, and especially Los Angeles. And thank you so much for your work, and keep doing what you're doing. You guys are the real heroes.
My name's Alfredo Famath, and I'm from Silmar, right next to the Hearst fire. We got evacuated, but I really want to thank the firefighters for saving my house and my friends' houses. I appreciate you guys, and without you guys, I don't know where to be at, probably without a home, but I really appreciate everything you guys do for us.
What's up, everybody? Cappy here, InsideCrypto.com, and I just want to take a second to thank all the first responders, the firefighters, but I'm going to take another direction here. I was talking about it on the air. Our friends at Lazy Dog and LA Live have been feeding all these firefighters. I'm going to send a shout out to all the wait staff who are feeding the firefighters, who can then feel good, be nourished, go to sleep, and then get out there and fight those fires. So to everybody that's helping, appreciate all y'all.
Hey, Henry Ramos here from El Monte. Hey, first responders, thank you for everything you guys are doing, and keep fighting on. And this is for Los Angeles. Thank you guys, and keep going. We love you, LA.
Kia of Carson for the best selection.
The new year is here. Time for change. Start a recession-resistant new career in the high-demand fields of IT, cybersecurity, and AI with My Computer Career in just months. Already in IT? Build your cybersecurity skills and prep for thousands of open positions employers nationwide are desperate to fill. Attend classes live online or on campus. Make this your year. Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation today. That's mycomputercareer.edu. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including the GI Bill.
Something amazing is happening in data management. Even though storage needs are constantly changing, companies are only paying for what they need now. That's because CDW customized a Pure Storage Evergreen One SLA-driven storage-as-a-service solution that delivers enterprise-grade hybrid cloud storage that is effortless, efficient, and evergreen. Simplify storage administration with Pure Storage and CDW. Make amazing happen. Find out more at cdw.com/purestorage.
This is the Travis and DeMarco Show.
Now weekdays 9 a.m. to noon on LA's mega sports station.
710 ESPN.
I set the record for couch time in 2025 yesterday. What's today, the 21st? Yeah,
21st.
January 20th was my couch high water mark for the year so far.
Hanging out on the couch?
I have not had a day where I just sat on the couch for multiple hours in a row and did not move until last night.
Good for you.
Walk?
Yeah, I did. I got home from my walk. I felt like absolute garbage. Took a shower, got cleaned up after the walk, ate a little bit of something, and sat on the couch, turned on the game, and the next thing I know, the game's over and I hadn't moved. I sat there the entire time.
Sometimes you need a rest, man. You're good.
It was...
Yeah. Why does that scare you so much? You can't be a robot.
Okay.
Eventually, your body's going to say, hey,
But I think it's because you
sit down.
have to get up because your body doesn't like sitting down for as long.
It doesn't, but here, I'm going to go back. The same reason you didn't go get the snacks on the airplane.
The fat guy thing?
Yes. I'm afraid if I sit, I'm going to be like, oh, yeah, this is who you are. This is what you do. You sit around and do nothing. Just settle in. Go open a six-pack and sit here and watch TV for 4 hours.
Well, sometimes your body is tired, but your brain is still wired. You drink coffee, don't you?
Well, a lot today.
Well, there you go.
Good.
See? Yeah, your brain is sparking, but your body's saying, sit down.
Let's try a quick phone call here. Let's go to
LA. I didn't want to pass up Les Snead to go get the chips.
Yeah.
Because every time I take a knee, sit down, do something fat guy related, he happens to walk by. And he just gives me that look. That's the other side of it.
Okay, what else was in that bowl? Was there was there any apples or bananas or anything?
Oven-baked barbecue chips, which I love. The oven-baked plain chips, which are okay, but
They're
I'll take
bad.
them if they're not there.
Yeah.
They got these bag of Planters peanuts with like some M&Ms.
Oh, yeah.
Trail mix. Yeah. But it's like specific, that kind.
Really good.
And a few other things.
Was there any fruit? Was there anything that was a healthy choice?
Fruits in the back. But I had the fresh bubbly.
Okay. Oh,
and I wanted something salty, savory. And
totally
I kept staring. Sam Pines was on the plane. He laughed at me. He was like, you should have told me. I would have got it. Yeah.
You should have somehow, some way tried to throw people off the scent with a piece of fruit or something.
What do you mean?
Like, go get an apple or a banana or something and the bag of trail mix.
There was no way around it. It's fat guy. And I wasn't even supposed to get up. I just wanted to. I was hungry. Yeah, anyway.
You send Sam next time.
Well, he didn't tell me. He was behind me. I didn't know.
Yes. Yo, Sam. Come on, man.
Yeah. Who are you going to?
Yeah.
There's somebody on the phone?
Well, let's finish the conversation about you going to get M&Ms.
No, we're done with that. We're done with that. We're done with that.
No, I want to hear more.
No, we don't. Bro, see, you're not. He doesn't know. He doesn't know what that feels like when everybody's staring at you.
No, that's one of those things when people that like you weigh in with, "Oh, just don't eat it." Stop.
You don't know. You have no idea of the feeling.
Idea. Let's go to Chris in Los Angeles. Chris, you're on with Travis and DeMarco. What's up, Chris?
Good morning, gentlemen. I agree the college football championship game was oddly scheduled, but at the risk of disagreeing with the host, I got to disagree with you, Travis. I think the college football playoff was a success this year. It was really, really exciting. Except for those first round games, you had ASU almost winning, out of nowhere, Cinderella team. You had the Penn State Notre Dame game, which was close. And last night, it started as a blowout, but it ended up being a little dramatic. So I think overall it was a pretty good college football playoff series. And the problem, though, with you saying you wanted to reseed the 12 versus 1 or 16 versus 1, if it gets to that, you're more likely to get those dog games that you hate if you have a 12 versus a 1.
Point.
I agree that they shouldn't get a bye just because you win a conference championship. I think there's some tweaking that needs to be done, but I think overall it was exciting. It's so much better than just
Where'd you go to school?
SC.
You sound like an SC guy. you do. Super smart SC guy.
I don't know if that's good or bad.
What'd you major in? What'd you major in?
Political science.
Me too. There we go. I knew I liked
he's
this
brilliant.
guy.
Yes, brilliant. Thank you. That was awesome.
Thanks, Chris.
He makes some good points.
Well,
though. Yeah,
he does, because there are two of them that are the same thing that I said. The two games that you mentioned, Chris, are the same two games that I said were actually the only two good ones out of the 11. That Texas ASU was really good. Penn State Notre Dame was really good.
Yeah.
You had 9 other games that weren't.
If you reseed, you could get the worst versus the best, and it's a mop job.
You might, but I would like to see teams like Oregon, teams
but you didn't
like
say
Georgia
the whole
stick
thing
around.
was boring.
No.
Yeah.
He said it was exciting. I would push back on that. I don't think it was exciting. I think it was interesting. For an opening act, cool. Let's run it back, but let's tweak it a little bit. I would like to see Boise State should have never been grandfathered into the second round. Arizona State should never have been grandfathered into the second round. The fact that every team that hosted that second round game lost, I think means that you need to tweak it a little bit. I'm not saying you blow the thing up.
No.
I don't think it's blow upable, but I'm a long way from that was an exciting tournament. There was 2 good games, but it was not an exciting tournament.
You were a poli-sci major?
I was.
What were you going to do?
Nothing.
What? Come on, you were going to do something.
Nothing. I hear, you know what's funny?
That's about the most honest answer I've ever heard.
Here, I'll give you the true answer and the part that I just can't wrap my head around.
Yeah.
When I hear a high school kid or even a college freshman say, I want to do XYZ. My mind snaps in half.
Why?
Because I had no idea what I wanted to do. None.
Your mind snaps in
play
half
baseball.
because, kid, you don't know what's really out there.
No.
Or...
They have thought it through.
Oh.
I didn't know what I was going to do until 10 minutes before I was going to graduate from college, and even then I was completely clueless. The reason I took poli-sci classes, here's why. I'm interested in government. I'm interested in politics.
Did you think a career in politics at one point?
No, but I thought maybe I could teach.
Because that badge, let me see your badge again.
Me.
That is you running for office right there. Look at that. That is you running
Travis
for office.
Rogers,
I can see that.
Damn glad to meet you.
I could see you as a aide, like a top aide to a politician.
Oh, yeah.
The kingmaker?
Yeah, I think you have like the binder on the side. You're whispering in that person's ear, and then you're going to the next person.
I've had that job. It just wasn't in politics.
Ooh, exactly. And you were kingmaker.
Yeah.
Press secretary.
Okay, I could do that.
Arguing with the media.
There was a moment where I thought about maybe law school.
Yeah,
there was
I can see that.
Teaching, I thought, was something I'd want to do. My goal when I went to college.
You as a professor?
Sure.
Sure.
Summers off?
Right.
Tenure?
Yeah. I'll be honest.
Done.
Never
forgot. You're right. You're right.
I never
You're right.
even thought about that.
Can't be. That's wow.
My
Unreal.
goal when I went to college.
Yeah.
I had 2. I was multifaceted. I had 2 goals: stay eligible and graduate.
Fair.
That's it.
Okay.
Not get good grades. Stay eligible
and graduate. That's good.
Not get a degree in this. Graduate.
That's
it could have been art history. It could have been anything.
You know your kids, right? That's right with. Is that in his wheelhouse? Is that where he was at the time, or are we under
me
selling? Yeah.
No, I'm about right.
You're about right. Okay,
I'm about
that's
right.
good.
What did you get a degree in?
Criminal justice.
Oh, okay.
Not poli-sci. It was the other one.
Yeah. They're cousins.
I was headed to law school as well, but I was going more into law enforcement. See?
Oh, you want to be a cop?
Well, homicide investigator.
Okay, yeah.
Get there
a
after
fancy
the bullets
cop.
have been shot. Yeah. It came from over there. Right. After.
Yeah. Okay. We're good. Okay. Let's figure this out.
There we go.
Yeah.
Let me go catch the bad guy.
I used to be
You've been a good cop.
Yes, huh?
You would have been a good cop.
You know, I had dreams of like my neighborhood.
You'd have dark glasses. You'd have like a bad suit.
Yeah.
You'd be up all night. You'd probably smoke cigarets in
a
this
lot.
alternate
See?
universe.
Yeah.
Or a lot of coffee.
Gone to jail for corruption. Yeah. One or the other would have happened. Yeah.
I used to be obsessed with Criminal Minds and like the BAU because my mom was the veterinarian for the guy who kind of who started that section in the FBI, and so we were in that world.
BAU? Oh, behavioral
analysis. I think they call it actually something different in the FBI.
That's where they like profile serial killers.
Well, that's the Criminal Minds. I used to be obsessed with Criminal Minds. I wanted to be in the BAU, so I wanted to do psychology and history. And do law school, but I ended up doing media studies and history.
Okay. Criminal Minds, that's one of the first sets I visited trying to get into the TV
business
and stuff like that.
That's a good show. I like that show. On that show.
Sets.
Mary McDonnell.
Mandy Patinkin for a while.
Mandy Patinkin. I heard he was hard to work with. Is that true? Because he's so funny. He was the Princess Bride.
He was a Princess Bride. He could sing,
You killed
too.
my father.
Yeah, he was in Sunny in the
My
Park
name
with
is
George.
Indigo Montoya.
You killed my father.
You
I
must
know
die.
his secrets. I am not offended.
He's like a big Broadway guy. Like he's
Yeah.
like he does. So he was in the Sondheim original. Yeah.
Oh,
so
I like-
potentially
yeah.
was like took himself very seriously on set.
Oh, is that what
probably
it is? Okay.
I'd like to recalibrate your career as a police officer.
What?
I think you said it best. I think you might have been a corrupt cop. That might have
Maybe.
been your lane.
Well, corrupt like Dirty Harry corrupt.
You would have started out trying to do things for the right reasons. The
Yeah.
system would have beaten you down. You would have given up, and you would have said, "You know what? There's no fighting."
Yeah.
I'll do that.
I'd turn in the Shaft. I'll do it myself. Yeah, too many
Oh,
rules here.
you'd be the rogue
Yeah,
detective.
Dirty Harry and
he
Shaft.
doesn't play by his own rules,
No.
but damn it if he doesn't get results.
That's that
right?
guy. Yes, with a long trench coat.
That's the guy in
There you
every
go.
police
And a Dodge
novel
Charger.
ever. He doesn't follow the rules, but damn if he doesn't get results.
Right.
You need it done well. He's not your guy. You need it done right
now.
DeMarco Farr.
You dang right.
PI.
The Far Side.
The Equalizer.
Cooper Kupp is sad. That's coming
Is
up
he?
next. That's Trav and DeMarco, 710 ESPN. Football, speaking of football games, only 3 NFL football games left. We're down to 2 championship games and the Super Bowl.
That's sad.
It is sad, right? But this is not sad. Prize Picks is a great way to enjoy your football game. Baseball starts in less than 2 months. Basketball is going on right now, so don't miss out on the last few weeks of football action with Prize Picks. It, of course, is the best place to win cash while watching the playoffs. Over 10 million members and billions of dollars in awarded winnings, so get in on this. And with Prize Picks, it's super easy. You just pick more or less on 2 or more stat projections, and you could win up to 1,000 times your money. And right now, they're hooking you up, right? When you play your first lineup at Prize Picks and you use the code TRAV, T-R-A-V, you will get $50 to play, right? Right away after you play your first $5 lineup. You don't even need to win the $5 lineup. You're going to get the $50 instantly, and that is a guarantee. Pick more, pick less with Prize Picks. Prize Picks, run your game.
You never have to miss a moment of LA's mega sports station. Get the all-new ESPN LA app.
Just search ESPN LA in your App Store or Google Play.
Download, tap, and...
Hi, my name is Victoria. I am from Silmar, California, and I just want to say thank you to all the firefighters for everything that you've done. You are so brave, so just amazing and brave, and we appreciate everything you've done for the city.
You know, I want to thank them. You know, without them, the fire wouldn't be the way it is right now. You know, little help, like you guys asked for. You know, I got a few bobbleheads, a few jerseys, a few shirts that are brand new, and some baseball cards.
Thank you so much for the first responders and for the firefighters that are helping the community and the people of California, and especially Los Angeles. And thank you so much for your work, and keep doing what you're doing. You guys are the real heroes.
My name's Alfredo Famath, and I'm from Silmar, right next to the Hearst fire. We got evacuated, but I really want to thank the firefighters for saving my house and my friends' houses. You know, I appreciate you guys, and without you guys, I don't know where to be at, you know, probably without a home, but I really appreciate everything you guys do for us.
What's up, everybody? Cappy here, InsideCrypto.com, and I just want to take a second to thank all the first responders, the firefighters, but I'm going to take another direction here. I was talking about it on the air. Our friends at Lazy Dog and LA Live have been feeding all these firefighters. I'm going to send a shout out to all the wait staff who are feeding the firefighters, who can then feel good, be nourished, go to sleep, and then get out there and fight those fires. So to everybody that's helping, appreciate all y'all.
Hey, Henry Ramos here from El Monte. Hey, first responders, thank you for everything you guys are doing, and keep fighting on. And this is for Los Angeles. Thank you guys, and keep going. We love you, LA.
Somehow, I still haven't convinced you. Just check out what seems to be a never-ending stream of 5-star reviews on Yelp, Google, and the Better Business Bureau. Call today. 818-917-5256. That's 818-917-5256 and online at avnergat.com.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, how you doing? Haven't seen you around the gym for a while.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could be lower testosterone.
Lower T?
Yeah, I went through it a while back. Once you hit 40, your body has less free testosterone. I got Nugenix Total T, and it's made a huge difference for me.
I've seen that ad on TV. Is it for real?
Oh, yeah. The key ingredient is something called Tesnor, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean.
And it's made a difference for you?
Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again, at work, in the gym, and in the bedroom.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves?
Yeah, you just need to send them a text.
Text TAP to 321321 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T, the #1 selling testosterone booster at GNC. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast, absolutely free. Text TAP to 321321. That's TAP to 321321.
And yes, welcome to the Travis and DeMarco Show. Now mornings, 9 a.m. to noon on 710 ESPN. Your destination for LA sports. Let's get back to the fellas. The Travis and DeMarco Show continues right now.
Why did you make a face when I said I might want to have thought about becoming a teacher at some point in my life?
I thought about some things. I just thought about some things. Yeah. But then I thought about, you're right, you get summers off.
Yeah.
And you have tenure, so that might be perfect for you.
I'd be a good teacher.
I think you'd be a great teacher.
Yeah,
I think you would be. I think you'd be a great teacher.
I would suffer no fools.
At all.
Well, you look like a teacher. You look like Mr. Belding.
A little bit. I wish that weren't true, but that's true.
Very much.
Yeah.
Yeah. I look like current Mr. Belding, not when Mr. Belding was Mr. Belding. I look like the actor who played Mr. Belding now that he's 60.
You kind of do look like Mr. Belding.
Yeah,
I never thought of that until right now.
I'm aware.
It works, though.
I'm aware.
It works.
And Mr. Belding did not. He's not on a walk.
Cool.
He's not on a walking program currently. Mr. Belding is older and thicker than he was when he was Mr. Belding.
Would you go easy or hard on student athletes?
Neither.
If you were in college.
Oh, in college?
In
college.
college.
I'm gonna take care of you.
You're at Division I state.
I'm gonna take care of you.
Really?
Yeah.
That's why
I'm gonna make you.
Yeah.
Okay, this is interesting you say this. I'm going to see my high school baseball coach tonight.
Okay.
Okay, I see him once a year. I'm a huge fan of his. I love the guy. He's awesome. And he was also a teacher at our school. And he obviously took very good care of us. I suppose. You know what that class was? I actually learned things in that class. It wasn't hard, but I learned things. That would be the goal. I want you to leave this class knowing something that you didn't know coming in.
I think that'll work. Yes. I think you should be a professor. How about that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Every day you should teach us something.
You know what I would be good at?
What?
If you want to learn, I can help you.
There you go.
If you're disinterested, I don't care.
He's getting fired up. See? Look at you.
I don't care. Like this, my friends give me a hard time about this. Yeah. I think I'd be a good coach. They think I'd be a terrible coach because I have no patience for.
Have you ever coached before?
Yeah. Little league and basketball and flag football, stuff like that.
Yeah,
we were almost always pretty good.
Why did you? Well, your kids got older.
Yeah, I'm not like it, not as, but I did little league. I did flag football. I did youth basketball
with your kids. Or could you coach someone else's kids?
I think
like
so.
Be a professional coach.
So this is why I think I'd be good at it. Okay, this might be why I'd be terrible at it. If you want to be there, I can help you. If you are just there because your mom and dad dropped you off, I have no time for that kid. Because he doesn't want to learn what I have to give.
That's the face I was giving right there. Because if I put this superstar athlete in your class and he doesn't feel like being there, and you just can't figure out why,
in my class, I'd get frustrated with that kid on the field.
Right.
Like if I got a shortstop that wants to be at baseball practice, I can make him a better player.
But if you were just teaching him, not coaching him. And right. See, that's
how
what
good of a shortstop is he?
He's really good.
Yeah, we're gonna figure.
We're gonna win a national championship.
We're gonna figure it out.
Okay, we're gonna figure it out.
We're gonna make sure that he's okay. All right. So there's a piece on ESPN.com this morning about Cooper Kupp and whether or not he's going to come back to the Rams next year. And these are I pulled these out because I think these are meaningful.
Yeah.
He said things amongst other things that said, "I did what I was asked to do."
He did.
It's not up to me.
True.
It's out of my control.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
Okay. All of those things I think are true.
Yeah.
But to me, as you know, I like to listen to what is said, and then I like to try to figure out what it actually means,
Parse
other
through
than
it.
the literal meaning.
Well, you're being asked. That's number one.
I get that.
Yeah.
I get that. But I do think that the way that they answer those questions is meaningful. Not necessarily what they say, but how they say it sometimes.
No. What I mean is you're being asked about your future here. That means it's a thing.
It clearly is a thing.
So reality is setting in.
He was on the trade block earlier in the season.
Yes.
And didn't move.
Right.
And his production this year was significantly different than it has been when he's been at his best.
Right.
Less than. And these questions, to me, are fair and inbounds and everything else. And his responses, they hit two notes for me. Number one, doesn't sound like he's coming back. He said he wants to, I will be playing football next year. He just doesn't know where.
Right.
And I believe that to be true. And all of these responses to me sound like somebody who had their feelings hurt. By somebody that was, I wanted to do all these things, but I can only do what I'm asked to do. It's not up to me. The production I have wasn't there. These to me sound like somebody that was the guy that is no longer the guy that wants to be the guy, but they've moved on and he's struggling with, am I ready to have a different role than I've had before?
There was a lot of guys in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a lot of guys in there. About feelings hurt, don't know. Hard to tell, but everybody goes through this, especially in the NFL. I mean, guys get cut, they move on. I mean, your team changes by 30% every single year. So you kind of know, and you kind of live with this. They're always looking to replace you type thing. What is the definition of homogenized?
Everybody's kind of the same.
Everybody's kind of the same, and hermetically sealed.
Closed unit.
Closed unit. So some guys may not know that they're on the block. Because they show up, they do their work, they're getting ready for the next game. They think you are a big part of what's going on. They are shocked when they hear that you may be traded. Really? That's not what I'm getting from the coach. That's not what I'm getting from the guys in the locker room. Mm-hmm. I think we're here trying to win a championship, and I'm going to be traded. Okay, things change. You kind of wake up. Your first step into the real world where you're a commodity, not a person. So it does kind of get on you. So when you get asked those questions, and I would say this about those responses by Cooper Kupp, I bet that was 5 different people, right?
Might be.
That's what I'm saying. So it's like, I don't know if I'm going to be here or not, or I'm going to be where my feet are at, or I want to be here, but I'm going to play football next year. All these are just casual responses to questions about your future. But about his feelings getting hurt, don't know.
There are ways to answer those questions.
I don't think you would hurt his feelings.
These to me sound like somebody that is uncertain about where they're going to play next, but fairly certain it's not going to be where they are right now. Because listen, man, we're going to have a conversation. We're going to do whatever. This is where I want to be.
Yeah.
This is where I'd like to stay. I have a really hard time envisioning myself somewhere else. But and then you can add, but you never know.
Yeah.
This is I wasn't getting what I heard, not what he said, but what I heard was, they're not really using me the way they used to use me, and I want to be used in the way that I used to be used, and I don't know if that's here or not.
Or, look, I just when the production and the money don't equate, like you're missing games and you're not the number one receiver, but you make the most money in the room. You know what's coming.
Yeah.
They're going to ask you to take some sort of pay cut, or they're going to move on from you. That's because you've seen it before on this football team at least 7 times. This is his 8th season, right?
Exactly.
You've seen this before. This is nothing new. Now they're coming after me and
you.
my paycheck.
Yeah. It's that you climbed the mountain.
Yes.
You got the money.
Right.
Got the won the Super Bowl.
Right.
Was the Super Bowl MVP.
Some of those comments could have been, man, if I balled out, I wouldn't be talking about this right now.
Yeah.
But I got hurt. I missed a few games. This is where I'm at. Yeah.
I'm fast forwarding to August when camp opens and not seeing him out there. Like, that would be weird, man. Like, he has been such a big part of this team since they've come back. Since, he's, like I just said, he's a Super Bowl MVP. And I'm not saying that it wouldn't even be the right decision if they moved on from him. It may be that if he's unwilling to take that haircut that we're talking about, and someone else is willing to do it, then okay, we got a decision to make, and that's just life in the NFL.
I would bet a body part that he's still here.
You think so?
I would. I would bet a body part that he's still here.
Like a body part like a pinky or a body part like an arm?
We're going to go pinky. Okay. It's going to be like something I could hide with a shoe or a glove. Not necessarily an entire appendage.
We're not buying you crutches necessarily.
No. I'm not giving anything. But no, but a pinky, he would be back on some sort of team-friendly situation deal.
I do, because he has
where everybody's happy.
He still has value. And he still is, he's still Cooper Kupp, and he's an important part of your team. But you're gonna have to. That's one of those. You're gonna have to work with me. I want to keep you, but you're going to have to work with me. And then there's
get the next guy ready.
Get the next guy ready. And, oh, by the way, Matthew Stafford is a big part of this equation, too, whether or not he is back.
Just real quick, why would his feelings be hurt, though?
Because they don't use him the way that they used to.
But, I mean, it's not like he's at the top of his game, and it's not like Puka sucks.
I totally get that, and I agree. Because he's a human being.
Yeah.
Right? That sometimes we get in our feelings. Whether it's logical or not doesn't really matter.
In your feelings is if you're bawling. Let's say, Kyron could be in his feelings.
But no, I don't know if I agree with that.
No, if a guy that's given you all he's got hasn't missed a start and he's still your number one guy, and he's on the block, and it seems unfair, that's in your feelings. This, let's go back and look at the stat column. You can't be in your feelings about this if you're Cooper Kupp.
I disagree with that. I think you shouldn't be, but that doesn't mean you can't be. I think those are different. DeMarco, emotions are emotions. I know, but they're not logical.
But if he gets in his feelings over this, I would say then, Cooper, you're a little delusional.
Okay.
You know this game.
Okay. That
you
could
know
be true.
What this game is about.
But delusion comes around all the time. Human beings are human beings. We make bad decisions. We make self-destructive decisions.
He doesn't strike me as delusional. He's very realistic. I bet he understands everything.
I bet he understands it, but when you don't like it and it's about you, it's hard to process it.
Now, don't get me wrong. There's some delusional dudes out there.
Yeah.
Like, bruh, what you're thinking and what's real are way different.
Everything makes. I can be the most logical. I could be Spock. Just that's illogical. And then it's about me. It's like, oh hell no.
Yeah.
It's just different.
You missed games this year. You missed games last year. You've been
I
banged up.
get why we are where we are.
Yeah.
I just hope that he's back, and
me
I hope
too.
That,
I would, like I said, I would bet
fraction of it.
The tip of the pinky. How about that?
A nail,
a fingernail.
That
he'll be
that
back.
Would hurt getting it off. So that's something. The Far Side's coming up next. Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
The LA Kings have a new home.
Hear the excitement of Kings hockey this season.
This fall, 710 ESPN and the all-new ESPN LA app is your home for every moment.
Hi, my name is Victoria. I am from Somar, California, and I just want to say thank you to all the firefighters for everything that you've done. You are so brave, so just amazing and brave, and we appreciate everything you've done for the city.
I want to thank them. Without them, the fire wouldn't be the way it is right now. Little help, like you guys asked for. I got a few bobbleheads, a few jerseys, a few shirts that are brand new, and some baseball cards.
Thank you so much for the first responders and for the firefighters that are helping the community and the people of California, and especially Los Angeles. And thank you so much for your work, and keep doing what you're doing. You guys are the real heroes.
My name's Alfredo Fimath, and I'm from Silmar, right next to the Hearst fire. We got evacuated, but I really want to thank the firefighters for saving my house and my friends' houses. I appreciate you guys, and without you guys, I don't know where to be at, probably without a home, but I really appreciate everything you guys do for us.
What's up, everybody? Cappy here, InsideCrypto.com, and I just want to take a second to thank all the first responders, the firefighters, but I'm going to take another direction here. I was talking about it on the air. Our friends at Lazy Dog and LA Live have been feeding all these firefighters. I'm going to send a shout out to all the wait staff who are feeding the firefighters, who can then feel good, be nourished, go to sleep, and then get out there and fight those fires. So to everybody that's helping, appreciate all y'all.
Hey, Henry Ramos here from El Monte. Hey, first responders, thank you for everything you guys are doing, and keep fighting on. And this is for Los Angeles. Thank you guys, and keep going. We love you, LA.
free app that gives you cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait a minute. Are you saying you actually get real money back when you get gas with the Upside app?
Yep, I get real cash back every time I get gas.
Does that actually add up to anything?
I'll make around $200 to $300.
Wow, that's serious extra cash. I'm downloading the Upside app now.
Download the free Upside app now to earn real cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code LEARN for an extra 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. You can cash out anytime, right to your bank account, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code LEARN for a 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code LEARN.
You unlock this door with a key of imagination. Beyond it is another dimension. A dimension of sound, a dimension of sight, a dimension of mind. You're moving into the land of shadow and substance, of things and ideas. You've crossed over into the far side.
I'm in the far side.
You're in the far
Let's
side.
Go.
It is the middle ground between light and shadow.
Do you know what helped?
4 or 5 hour ride.
I jumped in the ocean. It helped.
Between science and superstition.
I gotta feel quick. I gotta feel quick. I gotta feel fast. I want to feel naked out there.
And it lies between the pit of man's fears and the summit of his knowledge. The far side.
We're talking about Kirk Herbstreit right now. Yeah. What were you saying with Herbie? Real quick.
I really like listening to him.
Yeah.
And the more he's around, the more opinionated and critical he gets.
Yeah.
And I like that.
I can't wait until he's like 60.
Yeah.
Because he's getting close. He's like Aikman.
Yeah.
He's got no more blanks to give.
Perfect example of that. Just that, you know what? I know who I am.
Yeah.
And I don't have to be here, but I know you're not going to move me out. Here's what I think about this.
Yes.
And let it go.
That's that beyond blank you
that.
money. Yeah.
Love that.
The interest on my money is making interest on my money. So I don't care what you say or think anymore. Blunders and blunders. That's what came out of this weekend, and I feel bad for Mark Andrews. The Ravens tight end. Don't you just feel horrible for him?
Yeah, it's a bad deal.
Super
2 big mistakes.
Talented guy, fantastic
Great
tight
player.
end. Probably one of the best Ravens ever, one of the best tight ends ever, and this may define your season.
Tough break.
Yeah, there's this thing that's going around, NFL blunders. He's on there with Jackie Smith.
Oh,
yeah. Yeah, Jackie Smith, that's just horrible. I had Jackie Smith on the radio once in St. Louis.
Okay.
And this is when I'm first getting
Tell
started
people
on
who
radio.
Jackie Smith is that don't know.
The Dallas Cowboy tight end that dropped the pass in the middle of the field, Roger Staubach
In the
threw him
Super Bowl.
a dime in the
and
Super Bowl.
Hit him between the numbers in his chest.
I mean, right in the chest, and he absolutely dropped.
And
And Jackie Smith
probably wins the Cowboys that Super Bowl.
That Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And Jackie Smith is a Hall of Fame, I believe.
I don't know the answer to that.
I believe he's a Hall of Fame, but he's a fantastic tight end, and he's only going to be remembered, or he's only remembered for that one drop. Same with Mark Andrews, and it happens right in front of your eyes. And the more I go with this, they have Ernest Biner. Remember him?
Oh, yeah.
1988 AFC Championship
Set
game.
up the drive.
Set up the drive. The fumble. Set up the drive. But great running back, Ernest Biner.
For sure.
Played forever. He was on the Ravens' first team in Baltimore.
Jackie Smith is in the Hall of Fame.
He is in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
But all you remember him for, Ernest Biner, same thing. And the more I went down this list, and I forgot all about this. Do you know the Rams are on this list? My Rams are on this list.
I'm trying to think who it might be.
December 30th, year 2000, in New Orleans. This is where we're talking about Nickel Roby-Coleman and the no call. This is where that stuff goes back to.
Hit me. I'm blanking.
We gave them their first playoff win ever.
Okay.
They beat us the year after we won the Super Bowl. Oz Hakeem fumbled the punt.
Oh, I don't remember that.
You don't remember that?
No.
Yeah, so they were beating us early. The greatest show on turf. The offense got started, and we were rolling.
Okay.
We stopped them again. We were going to give Kurt the ball with like 2 minutes to go. We were going to score and win the game and move on. We were going to play the Ravens in that Super Bowl that year.
Oh, the year they beat the Giants?
Imagine that defense versus our offense.
Wow, yeah.
Oh, my God. It was like it was a title fight that never happened, but Oz dropped it. Why this connects to me is the guy who recovered it is a guy named Brian Milne. Have you ever heard of him? Number 40 for the New Orleans Saints. Became a legend that day. Okay. That's also my last snap as a football player ever.
No kidding.
And he was standing right in front of me. He was the guard. We were in safe punt mode. I was on the field, and I let him run down the field, and he's the guy that recovered the fumble, and we lost. And that was the last
That
time
is a tough
I
break.
played football ever in my life.
That's brutal.
Isn't that wild?
That's brutal.
That's wild.
Yeah, that is wild. Those GOAT moments, like Mark Andrew or Bill Buckner or Jackie Smith or those things that just define Jackie Smith's in the Hall of Fame. Bill Buckner is not in the Hall of Fame, but Bill Buckner was not a good Major League player. He was a very good Major League Baseball
good, but
player.
all you remember is
right through the wickets.
That's it. I know. That's
it. And you just wonder, do you ever come to terms with it? I don't know if you ever come to peace with it, but do you come to terms with look, this is just what it is?
He has. I made a joke of it, and he gave me a look like this is not funny. Like he had to go through a lot.
What did you say to him?
Well, I just made a joke because of how he. When he dropped it, how he looked. He looked like a kid throwing a tantrum.
Well, he started flunking his arms around and everything.
Right.
Yeah, it's a perfect description.
Right. So I did that when we introduced him. I thought it was funny.
Okay.
I did the same thing
hold on a second.
to George Brett. We had George Brett on, and as soon as he came on, I went, "Wow!" And he was mad.
It is funny, but it's also not cool.
I thought it was
Two
funny.
things can be the same at the same time.
Yes.
George Brett's tantrum was terrific.
Hilarious. But I thought they would think it was funny. They don't. It's like one of their worst moments ever.
I think you know this. George Brett's my all-time favorite baseball player.
I did not know that.
Yeah,
Brett is your favorite guy.
My favorite non-Dodger of all time, and probably my favorite player of all time, tied with Fernando Valenzuela.
Super intense.
It's super intense and super funny and great. And he's had a little bit of a renaissance with Twitter and podcasting because he's such a great storyteller.
Okay.
He's really, really funny. He always talks about the Pine Tar home run, right, where he lost his mind and nearly murdered that umpire. My favorite part of that story is that he goes, I'm glad that happened, not because I'm proud of the way that I responded to it, but now I'm not known as the guy who missed a game in the World Series because of hemorrhoids.
Wow.
Because that happened too. And when you think of George Brett, you think of the Pine Tar incident, and
I still need to know how. How does that keep you from playing?
Well, if you can't move or walk or sit or run or I don't know, I mean. Hold on.
Had to be bad.
Where's the biggest piece of wood I can knock on ever?
Okay.
Thankfully, I have not had the misfortune of being afflicted with said malady.
Yes.
So I don't know how painful. It sounds awful.
Wow. Matthew Stafford downgraded to out due to hemorrhoids. I don't think that plays well.
I don't know.
I think we have better
Shohei
drugs
Ohtani cannot play hemorrhoids.
He missed a World Series game.
I know. They must
have
have been really, really bad. I don't want to know. You're right.
I don't want to know. Yeah, I don't want to know. I would
know.
just like to know in the sense of,
yes,
they're bad.
Your worst moment, though. You've had a great run, and all they remember is one thing. Wouldn't that be horrible?
Yes.
One thing. One that could kill an acting career.
That's wouldn't it, DeMarco? And then you remind them when they come on your show of their worst moment.
I thought he would think it's funny. I don't know. Well, I just met the guy.
He's in the Hall of Fame, so it obviously ended up okay.
Yeah.
I swear that old dude wanted a piece of me right there.
Can you blame him?
Right there, he wanted to fight me.
Can you blame him?
I didn't know, man. I thought we were just being cool.
I
My
mean,
bad.
so this year as an example in movies, Francis Ford Coppola had this movie called Megalopolis, which is a megaflopolis. It was not very good, but you remember him for The Godfather. So it's overall,
that's a good point.
You're going to go to the Hall of Fame, but you might have some stingers.
If we start an interview with him and we say Megaflopolis, I guess that's the same thing.
The question is about The Godfather. The question is about other things, Apocalypse Now,
right.
Things like that.
But he made Megaflopolis too.
Let's talk about Megalopolis and the fact that you sold your winery to finance the worst movie that's been put to film in 25 million years.
You lost everything.
Yeah.
My
How
bad.
does that make you feel, sir?
Jackie's fine. He went to the Hall of Fame. Come on. Sorry.
He's got the jacket.
He's got the jacket. That's what I thought. I thought he'd have a sense of humor.
I think it's Mark Andrews is not going to the Hall of Fame, right?
I thought he had an outside shot.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. This is not going to help him.
I think he's a really good player, probably short of great player, right?
Yeah.
When you think, you don't put him on the tier with Kelsey or Gronk or those other guys. He's not that.
Because he was competing with other very, very good tight ends in his era.
Great for somebody else, and you get buried. But I mean, he's super good. Yes, very, very good. And this is all they'll remember him by. One that got away.
Somebody can tell you, Lamar, John Harbaugh, all the players on the Ravens, all your friends and family and whatever. And dude, we're not here without you. It could happen to anybody. It's sports.
Yeah.
Bad stuff happens, and in the back of your mind, we lost because of me.
Right.
Like you can learn to accept it, but you can never get over that. Hey, dude, don't worry. It could have happened to anybody. I know, but it happened to me. We're not playing because I dropped it.
Who's going to be the happiest guy in the world if the Buffalo Bills win a Super Bowl this year?
Him?
Nope.
I was going to say, yeah.
Scott Norwood.
Oh.
Why?
Gets him off the hook.
Gets him off the hook. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Yes.
Okay, can I just real quick? I got to throw this in there with Norwood. Double check this for me. I believe that was a 46-yard field goal.
Very makeable.
Very makeable, but not a gimme.
Very makeable.
47. Okay?
Yeah.
I'm not saying he shouldn't have made it. He should. But that's not like he missed a 31-yard field goal. And he didn't shank it. He missed it by this much. That to me is a
46,
47.
47. That's come on, dude.
No, he should make it.
Yes,
but
47 in that era of kicking too.
It's not the equivalent.
47.
It's not the equivalent of a ground ball through your legs. It's not the equivalent of a pass right here, catch it. It is a ball in the hole. It is a over the shoulder catch. You should make it, but it's not the same as if it's right in front of your face.
It's like that's like a wreck at rush hour. How? Come on, we're all going the same speed here. It's 47.
No,
it's 47.
I do not put Norwood in that same category.
I'm expecting you to make a 47-yarder.
I expect him to make it, but
the guy we cut in training camp could make a 47-yarder.
Not in the Super Bowl.
What?
Not in the Super Bowl.
The goalpost.
The pressure is.
The goalpost measurements do not change.
DeMarco, you're the one that told me you were hallucinating at the start of the Super Bowl.
It does not move in the Super Bowl.
You told me yourself that you were out of your mind at the start of that game.
Same thing. What is it, Normandale? Same distance. Same basket as them.
Normandale was so damn dumb that he put the ball in the hands. He wanted to run a decoy at the end of the game.
Easy, professor.
Hey, here's what we're going to do. If Normandale were the coach of the Lakers, right? Instead of giving it to LeBron, here's what we're going to do. We're going to run a play for Max Christie. No one will see it coming.
And then you hit the shot and they win.
No.
Didn't Hickory win?
Because they gave it to Jimmy Chipwood. Jimmy Chipwood goes, Coach, I'll make it.
That was the drunk coach.
No,
We're going to run the picket fence at him.
No, that was was earlier. At the end of the game, I know this movie, DeMarco. Don't mess with me. At the end of the game, he goes, "We're going to run he's like, Coach, I'll make it." And it's like, "Okay, just give it to Jimmy and get the hell out of his way."
Jimmy was cold. He was getting beat up. He didn't have the right look in his eye.
You know he's a golf pro?
Who?
Jimmy.
Is he really? Mm-hmm. He never played basketball. But, man, did he look like he did? I thought he never played hoop.
No,
he was the only one that didn't.
He was not like I know he wasn't a college player or anything like that. He just looked the part, but he could shoot.
Yeah.
So he was a golf pro here in Orange County.
No way.
Maris
I'd love to meet him.
Or Vashunas or something like that.
I'd love to meet him. Great movie.
He's around. I want to do a little Ram free agent or Ram going.
Okay.
That's coming up at the top. It's Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
Hey, D-Far here. Play your perfect combination at Pechanga Resort Casino, Southern California's premier resort casino experience. Why get stuck in traffic when you don't have to? You can be at the best casino resort in Southern California in less than 1 hour. Pechanga gives guests all the amenities they expect of a world-class resort, exceptional entertainment, and I do mean exceptional. Dining, spa, golf, let's not forget round-the-clock gaming excitement. One of these days, I am. The immense casino floor, 1,100 hotel rooms and suite, really cool for reunions and bachelorettes, bachelor parties, all that stuff. The suites, the spa, the golf course, 20 bars and restaurants. Go there for a weekend and just kick it, man. You'll have a great time. Make Pechanga Resort Casino one of the largest resort casinos in the country. Come see why readers of Newsweek, USA Today voted Pechanga Resort Casino the best casino outside of Las Vegas, right here. So whether your idea of entertainment is lounging poolside, love that, off the diving board, or putting a great bet on blackjack, Pechanga Resort Casino is waiting for you right now. Visit Pechanga.com or call this number, 888-PECHANGA, 888-PECHANGA, to book a reservation or for more info. Also, follow them on Instagram at Pechanga Casino for up-to-the-minute news and information.
LA's mega sports station.
710 ESPN.
I'm just like the year of the snake, filled with charm, mystery, and grace. Whoops! Watch that step. Now your top reasons to visit Morongo.
Lunar New Year freebie. Get a free Lucky Lunar New Year bracelet the 31st.
Number 2.
Ryan McKnight, live on Valentine's Day.
And the number 1 reason.
We're giving away a Lexus NX250. Be here on the 31st at 10 p.m. for your chance to win a Lexus.
Morongo, good times.
You never expect a Hail Mary pass to win and end the game or getting into an accident. Hey, it's Trav with DeMarco.
Only one all-star defense team you can call to defend you. The personal injury law offices of Joseph S. Normand. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000.
Don't get sacked by others. Joseph will help you achieve the maximum compensation you deserve. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000. That's 213-747-2000.
Let Joseph and his team score a touchdown for you.
This is Evan Cohen from Unsportsmanlike on ESPN Radio. I'm reaching out with a message that's close to my heart. Devastating fires have ravaged the Los Angeles area, leaving families displaced, homes destroyed, and the community in need of help. Right now, you have the power to make a real difference. Your donation, big or small, can provide food, shelter, supplies, and much-needed support for those affected by the fires. If you are able to, please help those affected by the California wildfires and donate at www.lafoodbank.org/fire.
710 ESPN, your home for the 17-time world champion Lakers.
KSPN Los Angeles, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
And yes, welcome to the Travis and DeMarco Show. Now mornings, 9 a.m. to noon on 710 ESPN, your destination for LA sports. Let's get back to the fellas. The Travis and DeMarco Show continues right now.
The Hoosiers game, DeMarco.
Yeah, the Hoosier.
Did you like the movie Hoosiers?
I love that movie.
Yeah, it's great.
It was fun.
Yeah.
Dennis Hopper, one of my favorite actors.
Shooter.
Miss him. Yes.
Yeah, he was great.
Great in the movie. Yes.
Was he acting in that movie?
Probably not. I don't think so. Yeah. It was awesome, though.
He was a villain in Waterworld, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Easy
Played a
Rider.
good villain, too.
Is that his most famous role, Easy Rider, probably?
That's what made him, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. A ton of... What's the movie with... it was a Tarantino movie. Romance something.
True Romance.
True Romance.
Yeah.
The scene, the Sicilian scene with him and Walken.
Yeah.
Oh, the best.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's pretty great. It's my old man's favorite movie of all time.
Hoosiers?
Hoosiers.
Yes. Another movie I could watch whenever it's on.
Yeah.
From whatever spot.
It's good.
Yes.
It's good.
Very good.
My favorite scene in that whole movie is when Coach Dale goes to talk to Jimmy when Jimmy's shooting outside on that on the barn. Where, and as they're doing it, Jimmy's shooting. He doesn't miss.
No.
He doesn't miss a single time until Dale tells him, I don't care if you play or not. And then brick.
And then he missed.
And apparently it was a one-taker.
Really?
Yeah. Apparently
Wow.
it's just, and the kid just made all of those shots, just swish, swish, swish,
See?
swish,
Magic.
swish, swish, brick.
Magic's in the air.
Yeah.
Did you see Blue Chips with Nick Nolte?
Once
Shaq,
a million
Penny
years
Hardaway?
ago. Yeah.
Okay. What was his name? Was it Pistol Pete?
Yeah.
Pistol Pete was playing the AD.
Oh,
Another
okay.
scene like that. There's
Yeah.
supposed to be like Pistol Pete's supposed to be shooting free throws.
Yeah.
And the scene is supposed to stop when Pistol misses one.
Okay.
And
He
it
doesn't
just
miss.
it just keeps going, keeps going. And that makes it into the movie. Like,
Yeah.
don't you ever miss? Then he goes left-handed, bang.
That's awesome. Dude, you talk about guys that were ahead of their time.
Yeah.
Pistol Pete.
Oh,
my
God,
if
yeah.
you brought Pistol into the modern NBA right now,
Yeah.
with the ball handling the way it is, the three-point shot, Pistol Pete, I'm going down the rabbit hole.
No, go ahead, go ahead.
He averaged 44 points a game without a three-point line.
Incredible. Yeah, incredible.
Think about that. He averaged 44 points a game without a three-point line.
Was that those plumbers and mechanics J.J. Redick was talking about?
Fewer, but yes. Instead, it was maybe just plumbers. Maybe the mechanics had phased out by that point.
I think heuld be good, but I mean, there's a lot of athletes now.
No, there are.
They're
but,
different.
But he was fast and skilled beyond belief.
What was your real quick? Not to get too far off topic. What was your thoughts on John Stockton? Because I just came across something. I went down the rabbit hole on. They said he wasn't actually as good as you think. Some of his stats were inflated by Utah stat keepers.
Okay.
And he had Malone.
I don't know the Utah stat keeper portion of it. I couldn't speak to that. Well, every great player has had great teammates, so I'm not going to hold that against him. Magic Johnson had Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
I think that's where the stat keeper comes into play. That'd be a good question for Ireland because they think some of those stats are inflated, especially at home.
I'm the wrong person to ask about John Stockton for one simple reason.
Yeah.
They competed against the Showtime Lakers, and I was not here for it.
Okay.
Right? By the time he was just getting started, and I remember the Jazz giving the Lakers a run in the playoffs a couple years. The Lakers would beat them. It's like, they were
tough. Jerry Sloan, they were tough.
They were tough.
Was that Ostertag?
I think he was a little later.
I
think he was a little later.
They had a center I couldn't stand.
Yeah.
Like he had one of those punchable faces.
Was it Mark Eaton?
No, that was the other dude. I kind of liked him.
Mark Eaton was like 9 feet tall.
Yeah, lumbering giant. Yeah. When he dunked, it was like, so what?
Dude, did you see that kid from Florida. I forget his name. He's a freshman at the University of Florida. He's like 7'7" or 8.
Really?
And he can just stand and on his tippy toes put the ball in the basket.
No way.
It's crazy.
Oh God. That movie Romulus I just saw. There's a baby alien human hybrid. And it was played by some 7'6" basketball player you never heard
guy
of.
from like Slovakia or whatever.
That guy.
Yeah, Serbia.
Not a ton of makeup.
No, it's. Have you seen the videos of him? He looks crazy even out of the makeup.
When you see the thing he was playing, and then you see him, that's you. that's him. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Oh yeah,
that makes me want to see the movie. I just want to see the
Just for that.
7-foot Slovakian guy that doesn't need makeup to play an alien.
Huge, yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
All right, take me through the list of guys that may or may not be here.
Where'd my list? Well, not be here. It's a list of free agents. Hold on.
List of free agents for the upcoming Rams. Because here's the deal. If we're prioritizing people that may or may not be here next year, Stafford's 1, 2, 3, 10, 45.
Yes.
Then there's Higbee. Then there's Kupp. You could maybe 2 or 3 that, however you want to do it. But there's a lot more people that may or may not be a part of this team next year.
Okay, so here's the list of pending free agents, and we'll kind of go Julius Caesar on this. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Is that fun? Fair?
Works for me.
I know. These are all people.
Maybe you also have to say it because people are listening on the
Thumbs
radio.
up. Okay, these are people, so not just commodities.
That I want to or not want
These
to
are
return.
people I like. Yes. Okay, so guys like Joe Noteboom. Thumbs up, thumbs down.
Thank you for your service. Thumbs down.
Anybody?
I've also, yeah.
Okay. Alaric Jackson, left tackle.
Keep him.
Definitely
Thumbs
keep
up.
him. I thought he might have been the most consistent player since he came back.
And you found a left tackle in the cheap.
Yeah.
Right. That's not easy to do.
In today's NFL, this guy is a gem.
Yes.
Because you didn't have to draft him,
Yes.
and he's going to make a ton of money, but you're starting out low.
Yep.
If you want to pay a guy never mind. You're going to save money by keeping him here, and
I
he's pretty
agree.
damn good.
Yes.
Here's a tough one. DeMarcus Robinson.
I'd like him to stay. Thumbs up for me.
I say middle because I need to know what price. Because I think if he's asking for a lot of money, then no. He needs to be basically free.
There can't be a deal in this. It's a bad deal for the Rams. Anybody that is overpaid is a hard no. But if you can find look, he had games. He won the Seattle game for him. He had a couple of games where he had multiple touchdowns. Like, he's a useful player.
How do I say this? Of all the receivers I have been around, either as a player or as a broadcaster, he's as good as all of them.
Really?
Talent-wise. The guy can. What can't he do?
Okay.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Be consistent.
He's never not been in the playoffs.
I know, it's nuts, isn't it?
It's just crazy.
And it's not like he's been in the league for a year or two. He's been in the league like 7 or 8 years.
A major contributor to winning teams.
Yeah.
So that means
that's not a coincidence. I don't think
the guy can play. That's what I'm saying. So I think I'm more with you. Let me see how much this is going to cost. But consistent third receiver, can you get better?
I like him
for cheaper.
Keep him.
I would say okay. Garoppolo as the backup quarterback.
Thumbs up.
Keep
Anybody?
him.
Okay, that's an easy one. Michael Hoyt. Now look, before you even vote. He's coming back.
Yes.
Anybody?
My only little asterisk next to Michael Hoyt's name is let's not put him in coverage. Everything else is a thumbs triple up on Hoyt.
And I don't want him going to Seattle or Arizona.
No, and you said it. He's the emotional leader of this team.
I think he balances out Jared Verse.
Okay.
I really do.
I like Hoyt.
Jared Verse has a voice, and he's a leader. He's a leader in training. I think it's great to have a guy that's been around the block in Michael Hoyt that appreciates being here. So Michael Hoyt. Tutu Atwell.
Bye.
Nope. No.
Bye.
Come on.
See ya.
What has he done, DeMarco?
Bye.
I don't...
Thank
He's
you.
made plays.
No, thank you.
He's made PI calls.
There was a stretch that every time he was in the game and you needed to play, it was 2-2 on the other end.
No,
really?
thank you. No,
there was a stretch.
Thank you.
Every time he was on the field, something happened, and it was 2-2 on the other end.
He is their only use of speed, really, in that way.
Yeah.
And of like straight down the line, run down the field, and has something happen. But...
This was his 4th year in the league, 5th year in the
he's
league?
coming up on free agency.
Okay, he's coming up. No. Thank you.
Okay,
No.
what if the price was fair?
No. I've seen enough. He doesn't impact the game frequently enough. I would like to try something different.
Okay, I'm up on that one.
Yeah.
Okay, here's a tough one. A guy out of nowhere. Played his butt off. Was thought to be a weakness. All he did was lead the team in tackles, I think, like 8 or 9 times. Christian Roseboom.
I'm thumbs down.
Your thumbs down on the hair? Okay.
He was really good. The last 2/3 of the season, he was really good. I'd bring him back.
But I think you can really upgrade that position. And that's why I have it thumbs down.
If
You're the tiebreaker here, DeMarco.
Oh, boy. It's a heavy draft for linebackers. This could be a problem because depending on how much he costs, and you could draft and develop and get similar.
You got Spates.
Yeah, you can get similar. But as far as he plays special teams, too, I would go thumbs up. I'm going thumbs up. Okay, this is hard. John Johnson III.
Thank you for your service. Good luck in your future endeavors.
Do you want to coach?
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
I would say that. I would love to keep you in the building. Is that fair?
Yes,
okay.
I don't need him back as a player.
Hunter Long, tight end.
No.
I agree. No.
At all?
At all.
The guy's a giraffe now.
I don't care.
As your second
and you
tight
have
end.
Higbee.
Nope. What's Parkinson? Is he back next year?
Parkinson will be back.
Yeah.
Then
no.
Those two.
And I got Allen. I got Parkinson. No, thank you.
Okay, I might be. Here's a good one. Akello Witherspoon, I think, has played his butt off and has become a player.
And has stepped up and had some really big moments for the Rams this season.
Yes.
When they signed him this year, out of just basically we got to get a warm body in here.
Yeah.
Right. I'm like, oh boy, I've seen this movie before. I don't like DeMarco. He was really good for them.
Okay, I'm about to start.
Really good for them.
I'm about to start a fight or a war. It depends. I don't know how many Seahawk fans are out there, but I think he could be just as effective as Richard Sherman.
Ooh.
Absolutely.
You know, Richard Sherman's going to the Hall of Fame, right?
He played one side of the field on a really good defense.
Okay.
One side of the field on a really good defense. So you had half the responsibility. I think Akello Witherspoon could be just that for this defense, and this defense only.
That's a very interesting thought. Richard Sherman's going to the Hall of Fame. Akello Witherspoon's not.
I
would love that.
Yeah. I think he could have that same sort of impact. You got one job.
No.
This side, this is it. This is all you do.
You present a compelling case. Yeah. I still rule no thank you.
No thank you on Akello?
No, I'd bring it back.
Oh.
But no thank you on the Richard Sherman comparison.
It's hard.
I hear what you're saying.
Is he going to the Hall of Fame, though?
Yeah. I think that whole Legion of Boom goes into the Hall of Fame eventually. Yeah. Him, Watson. And
based on what?
Who was the linebacker?
Wait, based on what?
Chancellor.
What numbers?
Those guys.
What metrics?
It's not a numbers thing. It's not a metrics thing. He was
For corners, it is.
If you have a key role in a defense that has all of the 85
That's
Bears
not
winning.
True. What's his name is still out there? Is Eric Turner still waiting to get in?
Which defense was he a part of?
But he's a fantastic corner, and he's got the numbers.
That's not what I said.
Let me look up Richard Sherman.
Hold on. What I'm telling you is if you're part of the Legion of Boom, the 85 Bears, the Bucks
those
defense,
corners didn't get in.
But they weren't the name on it. Sherman, Chancellor, and Earl Watson were
Yeah.
all the names in that defense.
Sherman's
Donnie Shell just got in from the Steelers in the 70s.
With all the rest of them.
I don't know.
Yeah.
And Sherman is all over NFL media, and that also
That don't matter. Let's see. Super Bowl champion, 3-time All-Pro. Let's see. 37 picks.
He's going. I didn't even need to hear those.
And I'm not knocking Sherman. I'm not knocking him at all. He was a tough out.
He's going.
But I'm just saying, in the Legion of Boom, he played a role. He played a role that
The Legion
side.
of Boom was him, Chancellor, and Earl Watson, right?
Yeah, he played a role.
He's in it.
They thought the guy that actually made it was Chancellor, Thomas, and the guy that's still playing, Bobby Wagner.
Bobby Wagner, yeah. I forgot about that.
Because there were some other corners up there that were balling too.
I'll bet you, let's fast forward 20 years from now, all four of those dudes are in.
How many years?
20.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
I'll bet you a pinky. The pinky I'm going to lose.
The other one. You might lose the other one.
Yeah, the other one.
Before we move on from the Rams and their defense, this is just in from Jordan Rodriguez. The Pro Football Writers of America have named Jared Verse the Defensive Rookie of the Year, and Braden Fisk made the All-Rookie team with Verse on defense, and Whittington made it for special teams. So, some of these rookies showing up.
Okay, now there's your biggest. Okay, this is why I might lose a pinky, because the name she just mentioned, Jordan Whittington. There's a guy that can give you possibly what Kupp is giving you.
Or what Robinson gives you.
Plus special teams.
Yeah.
Yeah, for at least the next 2 years.
If you're asking him to fill the Kupp role, do you still use him on teams?
Absolutely.
Yeah?
Yeah, that's his
You're not
value
worried about
to
him,
the football
You're not
team.
worried about him getting hurt?
Yeah, he's young. He's young and he's tough.
got pinkies.
He's young
We
and
can
he's tough.
sacrifice a pinky or two.
Yeah, and if I got to pay somebody like a quarterback, you may have to get guys like him.
Hold on, we got questions about Hoosiers. Let's go to Upland very quickly and Ruben. Ruben, what's going on?
Hey, how's it going?
Good.
Love the show. Love you guys.
Thanks, Ruben.
You were talking about the basketball movies, talking about Hoosiers. You were talking about Blue Chips. On Blue Chips, the AD, isn't that Bob Cousy?
Is that Bob Cousy?
Is that Cousy?
It is Bob Cousy. You're right. I'm so sorry. It was Bob Cousy.
Okay.
Does that change things? Same
he
thing.
did play against plumbers and electricians, according to JJ.
I love that movie also, so I just wanted to,
Thank you for correcting me. But you saw the scene, right, where he wouldn't miss a free throw.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, and he said, "Don't you ever miss?" And then he flopped left-handed. It was awesome.
Right.
Thanks for the call, Ruben.
That was Bob Cousy.
You're
Okay.
welcome. Thank you, guys.
The other old white guy.
Everybody's an old white guy from that era, right?
Well,
if you're still with us, you're an old white guy, right? There, that's all that was at that point.
Let me see. Wow. Okay. Well, 37. This is Richard Sherman.
You're still stuck on Richard Sherman?
No. I'm trying to see his Hall of Fame candidacy as a corner. Going to be hard. 37 sacks puts him at like 104 all time.
Okay. He had a nickname on defense that won the Super Bowl. He's going in.
But I'm looking at anybody in that era, in that 30 era, or that 30 range. None of them are in the Hall of Fame.
How many of them were on a defense that had a nickname that won the Super Bowl?
I'm just okay.
I'm just saying. I'm not saying that he is a worthy or not a worthy candidate.
Yeah.
I'm saying he's going.
So, like league, I don't know where it ranks all time. This is what I mean about Richard Sherman. For here, Akello Witherspoon could be perfect.
103.5. That's the number I want you to focus on.
103.5?
103.5.
Write that down.
Not a radio station. It's 103.5. That's a number. I'll tell you what I mean next. It's Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
Steve Mason and John Ireland.
Mason and Ireland today at 1 after Travis and DeMarco.
I got to say, I think a very successful season for the Rams.
What you want, if you're a season ticket holder like you are, is you want the team to take you on a ride.
Yes.
All right? You want from the start of the season to the end of the season to have highs and lows, and you want them to compete for the title. The Rams did all of that.
The OGs of LA Sports Radio. That's Mason and Ireland.
On 710 ESPN.
Did you know that Children's Hospital Los Angeles is changing the game in pediatric heart care? They've invented a cardiac stent that grows with the child, dramatically reducing the need for repeated surgeries. Imagine fewer hospital stays, less pain, and more time for kids to just be kids. Their heart transplant success rates are among the best in the country. When it comes to pioneering heart care that puts children first, CHLA isn't just leading, they're revolutionizing the field.
ESPN LA and Beverly Hills Orthodontics are teaming up because we want to know who's smiling in SoCal. Go to ESPNLA.com and nominate who you think is making LA a better place. This can be a mentor, a teacher, a coach, a good Samaritan, a youngster who brightens your day. Tell us who's smiling and you could win some awesome prizes like sweet tickets from ESPN LA, Sonic Care electric toothbrushes, whitening treatment, and a grand prize of Invisalign from Beverly Hills Ortho. Enter now at ESPNLA.com and remember you're always smiling at Beverly Hills Orthodontics.
Drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds. With that kind of money, you could go big time. The next time you're out to dinner with friends, you can order the shrimp cocktail for the table. And maybe you'll realize it only comes with 4 shrimp after you've already given away 3, but that one shrimp will be so good. And if you switch and save hundreds, you could get shrimp all the time. Switch to Progressive and you could save big time. For shrimp. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states. Potential savings will vary.
Hey, fans! Welcome back to Fansville's Cheers and Tears. Oh. Okay, so like everybody deals with losing, right? To a rival on a last-second field goal. Whatever, it's fine. I'm totally fine. But I cope with losing with an ice-cold Dr. Pepper. Those 23 flavors are like so delicious. They totally wash away the pain of your college football team taking a big fat L. College football, it's a pepper thing.
The most followed sports radio station in America.
710 ESPN.
At ESPN Los Angeles on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, TikTok, and Twitch.
LA's mega sports station.
710 ESPN.
This is the Travis and DeMarco Show.
Now weekdays 9 a.m. to noon on LA's mega sports station.
710 ESPN.
So guys, I don't know if you guys remember this story, but there was the Paul Skeens rookie debut patch card that was being talked about. Like whoever gets this could have a huge sum of things that could happen.
Yeah.
It's a one-of-one card. So the Pirates want this card. They want this card to give to Paul or to put in a case or whatever. And so the Pirates are offering this package. I think we talked about this in the summertime.
Oh, yeah, I remember this.
So this is the package. Season tickets behind home plate for 30 years. Softball game for 30 people at PNC Park. 2 Paul Skeens autographed jerseys and a meet and greet with Skeens, which sounds fantastic if you're in Pittsburgh. You know, if you're a Pittsburgh Pirates fan, sounds fantastic. This card apparently was found by an 11-year-old here in Los Angeles.
Ooh.
So
I hope
really
he's a Dodger fan. I just want Dodger fans to get more stuff.
And this card reportedly could be more than $150,000 and it's worth. So, sorry, Pirates, you're not getting that card. That card's going to go to market.
Not for that.
Nope.
Not for that. Like, especially if a kid in L.A., what do I care? Pirates season tickets, that means nothing to me.
Yeah,
you want to give me Dodger season tickets for 30 years? We can have a conversation.
Give me the cash.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
You know
I'd like to hang out with Skeens though. That'd be fun.
Yeah, he seems
awesome. like a lot of. He seems like a lot of fun.
He's awesome.
See, that's what I mean. I like to hang out with that guy.
Yeah,
that'd be fun.
Yeah, he's
no camera phones though.
Knock on wood that he stays healthy, which he won't because none of them do. But
why? So he can become a Dodger.
Well, we gotta wait at least 3 more years.
He'll be here.
Defer some more money.
Look, you know where he's from?
Where?
Southern California.
Everybody in baseball will be a Dodger at some point.
He's from went to El Toro High School.
See?
Yeah.
If you're good,
I'm just saying.
You'll be a Dodger.
Looks like Parker.
Yeah, he does look like Parker.
Yeah.
Does he really? Is Parker?
Not as much anymore because he has this whole chin strap now.
Well, and Paul Skeens is a big horse, and Parker's a regular sized guy.
Is that Parker right there? Stand up, Parker.
Okay. Yeah. Also, we gotta stop doing the Parker looks like everybody and Greg looks like everybody. It's just white guys with facial hair.
Greg does look like everybody though.
Greg's got a look.
I've seen Greg 100 times just this morning.
Like Greg is like the 40-year-old version of it, and then Parker's like the 25-year-old version.
Yeah. So you're looking into your future, Parker.
Yes.
You know what you're going to look like in 15
we should
years
replace
or so.
Jane Doe with Greg Bergman. There.
GB. With the toe tag in the morgue instead of Jane Doe, it's
Greg
Bergman.
Bergman.
103.5, DeMarco. That is the number that is set for the Dodger over-under win total for the 2025 season.
It's pretty low.
I thought so too.
Yeah,
I really did. I because when they signed Tanner Scott yesterday,
and that's a ridiculous number.
I don't know if it's ridiculous.
103.5 is ridiculous.
It feels low to me too. But again, those casinos are not open because they miss that number by a lot very often. They know what they're doing, which brings me to I'm with you. It feels, if you would have said to me, what is the number? I would have guessed like 108, 109. I thought that's kind of where it would land just based on what they have. That's the difference between 108 wins and 103. It's a significant difference over the course of a season. That's quite a few. What am I missing? Why is it? Because even with they have 10 starting pitchers, they have redundancies at every position offensively. They've got a bullpen that's loaded. What am I missing?
Do you track this often? This number?
No. The reason I looked at it is what you said to me yesterday kind of resonated with. What's the all-time record? And it's 116 is the all-time record. 116 to tie, 117 to break it.
Yeah.
And I think that I wouldn't say they have a good chance, but they've got a chance.
You're about to break records. You know this. You have a chance to win every single day in baseball.
Can I add?
That's never happened.
Can I add a word to that?
Uh-huh.
I don't think they have a chance to win every single night. I think they have a very good chance to win every single night.
That's what I mean. It's never
heavily
happened.
Favored.
Never happened before. You don't get a day off from their pitching staff. They're all aces.
Think about it like this. Since we're talking about Paul Skeens, Paul Skeens might be the best pitcher in the National League next year. Dodgers are playing the Pirates. Paul Skeens is on the mound. Are the Dodgers favored to win that night?
When he's on the mound?
Yes.
Maybe.
Probably.
It depends on how he's going.
I think the answer is yes. And I think they're probably, because here's the thing.
But that would be the only time they're favored in the series.
But and I don't think they'd be favored. That's the whole point. Like the guy that the Diamondbacks just signed, Corbin Burns, great pitcher. The Dodgers are going to be. You know why? Think who's pitching for the Dodgers.
I know.
He's just as good as Corbin Burns. He's just as good as Paul Skeens, and their offense is way better than those teams they're playing.
You're almost injury proof. You're pretty much everything
as close as you can get.
You're almost everything proof now. Like, what don't you have? What can't you prepare for? What can't you get over? You could lose an all-star hitter and still be fine.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Maybe more than
that's
one.
why it's unfair. But this number is 103.5 is ridiculous. In baseball, that's crazy.
Okay.
And that's low.
Here's what they've won. This goes back to right before the pandemic. So this goes back to, we'll start in 2019, the year before the pandemic. 106 wins. Year after the pandemic, 106 wins. After that, 111. After that, 100. Last year, They won 98 games. Okay, that was a low water mark in a while. And think about what we talked about most of last year. It was they don't have any pitchers. They're out of guy. Glasnow's down, Yamamoto's down, Kershaw's down, Miller sucks. Like just kind of right on down the line. They're who's going to pitch? I thought that was the fatal flaw of that team last year. All of their pitchers. Well, they fixed that, and they won 98 games. They won 98 games pitching Landon Knack and River Ryan and guys like that.
I would, if I did bet, I'd bet the over.
I would too.
I would bet the over. But if you're Vegas, I think 103.5 is smart. That would get people to bet.
Well, it might get too many people to bet. You remember, you want that thing right on both sides. I think what would be interesting is, what are the odds on setting the all-time record? Because I think they're going to get close to it without. They're going to win. I think they're going to win 105, 6, 7. I think that's the number.
If you win every series.
Well, if you win 2 out of every 3, you're probably at the 110 mark, give or take.
I don't think you'll lose a series. There's no way.
They will, but they'll also sweep a bunch of series too. You give them a 1 out of 10 chance to break the record, which, by the way, is nuts.
Better than that.
1 out of 8.
That's closer. You tell me when and where. How? Even injury doesn't stop you. Injury to your best players don't stop you.
I so badly want to tell you that you don't know what you're talking about.
You got the St. Louis Cardinals telling their fan base, we can't compete. 2 months before the season starts.
You said it. What don't they have? Okay, the answer is nothing. Do they have redundancies? Yes. Do they have redundancies at every level? Yes. Are they still incredibly hungry? Yes. I don't.
You have lost the right to criticize any dynasty.
The universe is weird, and who knows? But I really do think that if let's say we get to the 1st of September, you got a month to go, and you got to win 21 or 22 games in the last month of the season to break the record. They go and they're 15 games clear of the next closest team in the NL West.
What's your question?
My question is, do you mash the gas and go for it?
Do you push it?
Yeah. Why are you looking at me like
Of course you do.
What if you got guys that are just a little bit, they could use a little time?
Oh, set them. You got plenty. Go ahead.
Yeah.
You're not going to waste anybody or waste any run.
Get it anyway.
Yeah, you might.
Hey, let's give Sasaki the night off. Who's going to pitch? I don't know. Snell. No, he's a little banged up too. I don't know. Run Dustin May out there. Okay, we got a pretty good chance to win tonight.
This is going to change at some point, right?
What part of it?
This will be like, this will have what do you call that little thing? An asterisk next to it, like the steroid era. This will change. This cannot go on.
That.
This cannot go on.
No, okay.
That you can buy every player.
The Yankees did it for about 10 years, and it didn't change anything. Yankees did it throughout the early part of the 2000s.
Not deferring cash like we're doing.
Well, I still don't understand what that matters. The money's still the money. Yankees did it. Yankees bought every good player.
Yeah,
and they didn't.
That's the only thing. If it doesn't work out, if something happens down the road.
Something always happens down the road. First of all, they're all getting older, right? Mookie, Freddie, Shohei, Muncy. Like these guys are getting older. They're not always going to be guys that are 6 WAR guys. They're gonna continue to hold position or drop. Like there's a very good chance you'll never see Ohtani have the offensive season he just had. Doesn't mean he won't be really good, but that could be the high water mark.
Why wouldn't he have this? Because
it never happened in 150 years, and it's not going to happen twice in a row.
I wouldn't think it's going to drop off at all.
Oh, it will.
I mean, I don't think you're going to stop him from stealing bases.
Oh, I bet you he doesn't steal 10 bases next year.
What? Come on, really? In this era, you're on.
Because he's pitching.
I want the other pinky. Yeah, he's only pitching once every 5 days.
Whatever you
want. What about the other 4?
Whatever you want.
You saw what happened in the World Series. He hurt his arm because of sliding.
Let me look.
Yeah.
Give me that ear then. Yeah. Give me that ear. 10 bags. Yeah. You said 10 bags.
I bet you didn't get 10.
we got body parts today.
Okay.
So Cooper Kupp, pinky.
Ear
if
for
he's here in training camp, your ear if he steals.
Van Gogh.
He's not going to run at all.
What? Come on. Why would you pay that guy that much money not to run him?
Okay, hold on.
In today's era.
Hold on.
Yeah.
What happened the last time he tried to steal a base? Hold on.
He got
nearly
hurt.
Tore his arm off.
He got hurt. That's one time. You're not going to stop that guy from stealing. 10 bags? He just lost an ear.
How many get the year before that he wasn't pitching?
How many did he get before? It was more than 10.
It was more than 10,
but
it wasn't much.
Thank you. Okay.
We'll see.
I'll say 25. How about that?
Stop it.
25 bags?
Stop it. You can have
20.
both years.
If
it's over 25, you can have them both.
Really?
Yeah.
You're on.
Done.
What? You heard it.
What? What? Factor Cap. That's coming up next. Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN. Is your vehicle due for service? I bet it might be, right? A lot of times, it's the beginning of the year, you get it done, so it might be time to go do it all over again. And if you're ready, head into your neighborhood Valvoline Instant Oil Change, home of the 15-minute drive-through oil change. Here's the good news. There's one right near where you are. Wherever you are right now, if you're listening to me, there is a Valvoline Instant Oil Change close to you because there are 80 locations in Southern California ready to get your ride, ready for the road in no time at all. Visit SoCalOilChange.com to find one of those 80 locations and pick up some discount coupons on your next Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Quick, easy, in, out, 15 minutes. Oil changes, tire rotations, transmission care, and more. You don't even get out of your car at Valvoline. You just chill, you relax, you take it easy while the expert technicians make sure that your ride is at its best. Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Go get it done today.
Choosing the right candidates for any office can be difficult.
My office has lots of drama.
My office has its ups and downs.
I share my office. But no matter what kind of office you have, one thing's for certain. If you're hiring, you need ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter's powerful matching technology finds the most qualified candidates for your roles fast, and you can invite your top choices to apply. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. So, for any kind of office,
I'm really going places in my office.
My office has everything you could ever want.
count on ZipRecruiter to find the right candidates for it. Try ZipRecruiter for free today at ZipRecruiter.com/LA. That's ZipRecruiter.com/LA. ZipRecruiter.com/LA.
Bottom of the ninth, bases loaded, crowd rocking for Rotolo Chevrolet's top hitter, Mike Capozio. He's facing off with the Bulldog, and these two have quite the history. Here's the pitch. Oh, and he got all of it. That ball is out of here like a red Corvette, and it's going, and going, and going. Yes!
Dad, are you having that dream again?
Come see what the fun is all about at Rotolo Chevrolet.
Hey, John Ireland here. If you're looking to sell your home, call Seller's Advantage. They'll make you a cash offer, no need for repairs. They buy as is. With Seller's Advantage, there are no agents. They can close in days, and they buy with cash. They'll even offer a $10,000 advance to help with moving and other expenses. Check out their reviews online and call for a no-obligation offer at 888-390-AS-IS, 888-390-2747, and visit sellersadvantage.com.
When pain keeps you from doing what you love, Hoag Orthopedic Institute gets you back to you. We are ranked number 18 in the nation and number 1 in Orange County for orthopedic and spine care by U.S. News & World Report. From the surf to the green, our world-class doctors are there, which is why more Californians choose Hoag Orthopedic Institute for orthopedic and spine care more than any other hospital. At Hoag Orthopedic Institute, there is no one better at getting you back to you. Proudly founded by premier physicians in partnership with Hoag. Learn more at HoagOrthopedicInstitute.com.
Robinhood Gold members can now enjoy the VIP treatment, receiving a 3% IRA match on annual retirement contributions. With Robinhood Gold, the perks of the high net worth are now available for any net worth. The new gold standard is here with Robinhood Gold. To receive a 3% boost on annual IRA contributions, sign up at Robinhood.com/gold. Investing involves risk. 3% match requires Robinhood Gold at $5 a month for 1 year from first match. Must keep funds in IRA for 5 years. Go to Robinhood.com/boost. Robinhood Financial LLC member SIPC. Gold membership is offered by Robinhood Gold LLC.
Finding the right employee for your company is tough. One wrong hire can be a major setback. You're not alone if you face this. A recent survey by Robert Half shows nearly half of hiring managers readily admit to making a bad hire. Luckily, there's a solution. With Robert Half's specialized recruiter's experience, combined with our award-winning AI, you can have the right skilled professional in place quickly. We understand what it takes to build winning teams because at Robert Half, we know talent. Discover how we can help at roberthalf.com/talent.
This is the Travis and DeMarco Show.
Now weekdays 9 a.m. to noon on LA's mega sports station.
710 ESPN.
Get up! Here we go. It is Factor Cap time.
Factor Cap.
On the Travis and DeMarco Show. Each weekday around 10:30, producer Emily serves up what's going down. And fun and frivolity ensues. Special thanks to the law offices of Joseph S. Normand for making Factor Cap possible.
It's Joseph S. Normand. It's Factor Cap on the Travis and DeMarco Show on 710 ESPN. And if you've been hurt in an accident, let me help you. Call my office at 213-747-2000. That's 213-747-2000.
Let's do it. Factor Cap.
Right now. Take it away, producer Emily.
Welcome to Factor Cap.
Thanks, Joe. Hi, guys.
Hello.
Buongiorno.
Buenos dias.
So,
Choosy.
yesterday I was
Karibu.
listening to my favorite movie podcast, The Big Picture. Shout out to them.
Yeah, hey.
And they were doing a movie auction, and don't need to get into the details of that, but in the middle of the podcast, they had a very interesting tangent where the host of the show, Sean, was just going off about filler phrases. Like phrases that people use when they're talking that don't actually mean anything. And he says just eradicate them totally. So you'll
from
hear...
From films or from everyday use?
From everyday use, just
okay.
like in your life. So this is Sean Fennessy and Amanda Dobbins is who you're going to hear on this clip.
Be that as it may. My take is no woman has ever said those words in that order before. That's something men say when they don't know what they want to say next, but they want to say.
You do actually say it as a segue. Usually when you're trying to not talk about what I'm talking about anymore.
Be that as it may. That's not really in my quiver.
All right. So also I love Amanda because she's basically me on that podcast. I say be that as it may.
I was going to say, I've heard you say that before.
Exactly. And it's a filler phrase and it's not something that you should, it doesn't mean anything. I agree with that. But they go on to say that the reason why it's on their mind is because they're listening to a lot of sports press conferences. Because in sports athlete coach press conferences, there's a lot of filler phrases that don't mean anything. Mm-hmm. And so my statement is, Sean McVay has perfected the filler phrase. He says a lot and nothing actually means anything. In a way that he doesn't want to give it to you. Oh. Travis, Factor Cap.
Fact. He's a genius at it. I mean it as a compliment.
Oh.
Sean McVay can talk for 2 minutes. And when you actually go into what he said, there's not a lot there. It sounds good in the time.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Because he doesn't want to give it to the media.
He's not there to tell you what's actually going on in his mind, what's actually going on in his locker room or anything like that. He fulfills his media obligations. He does it very well, but it's never insightful. But it's done on purpose. I think he's a genius.
Why is McVay on the hook for this?
Because he's great at it.
It's not a bad thing. It's a good thing. We're complimenting him that he's doing this in a way that
who else is great at it?
I'm going Cap.
Tiger Woods.
Yeah.
Tiger Woods is great at it,
It's
too.
not that he's bad at speaking. It's not that he's doesn't know what he's talking about.
It.
Exactly. He's only giving us nothing.
I think that's all Cap.
Why?
Because I think it's all Cap. I get a lot out of what he says.
In press conferences?
You mean just in
That's
press
what
conferences?
We're talking about.
Yeah, just presses.
Yes.
Oh, just in press. Well, they all say that. They all
That's
say
what,
nothing.
But he's the best at it.
Well, okay, so like with that stuff, it's so funny. It's like there's some stuff he just can't answer.
Of course, and that's why he's.
And so he says, "Be that as it may, as it is."
But he'll tell you right before the press conference.
No,
I can't answer that.
I'm sure.
And then you ask him anyway.
Well, we got jobs to do too.
Right.
Look, I'm not saying that he isn't incredibly insightful. I'm saying in the press conference. All. The only reason
even with the press conference, I get stuff out of it.
Yeah,
I do. Okay, I'm going Cap.
And
I don't
again,
get
this is all a compliment to Sean McVay because I think he's very good at it.
He's great.
I mean, how did he taking strays today?
No, I'm going.
It's not a stray.
Hey, what's he in the
It's a
news
compliment.
for? We're being the news
She's
for.
complimenting him.
Compliment the guys that won.
What?
I think you're
Compliment the
short
guys that won.
circuiting right
Go
now.
ahead. No, go ahead.
I gotta go with fact. Let's just get it out of
I mean, out of nowhere, Sean McVay is good at press conferences. What? Okay, go ahead.
Yes. All right. So,
Hi, DeMarco.
a reporter.
No, not me. I'm like out of nowhere. He's good at press conferences on a Tuesday.
Okay, so
Did he speak yesterday?
No, but okay.
we're-
This
So
is
why
the
are we
difference.
talking about
This
him in
is the
press
difference.
conferences?
Because
If
look,
we're only allowed to talk about things that happened yesterday, we would have a very short show.
It's out of. Never mind. Go ahead.
I'm saying.
he's really good at.
Move on.
Sure.
All right, DeMarco. So thank you for derailing that. So
Out of nowhere.
a reporter for College Football Playoff was talking about the locker room after the game yesterday for Notre Dame. So the Notre Dame locker room, apparently there was
Salty.
some cursing at reporters, some yelling at reporters, some just
The Catholics?
he described it as just not great
Thought they were good
personalities.
kids.
When he
Yeah.
says. So it got me thinking about locker room access in general and whether or not it's something that's positive or negative, needed or not needed. So my statement is, locker room access for reporters is important. DeMarco,
fact, definitely. You got to give them the 10-minute cooling off period, and then you have to answer questions. That's part of the job. That's part of sports. They're the conduit between you and your fans. They're asking you questions
less
that
so
the
than it
fans
used to
want
be.
to know.
They can get directly to the fans now in ways they couldn't before.
But they still, this is the connection
I'm
to the
with you.
people and the people that are buying tickets, so they want to know. So
and then you
I'll
use
go
filler phrases that don't mean anything. Travis?
I think it's fact, too. I agree with DeMarco, but for a different reason.
Yeah.
I think
I know why you guys think it's filler phrase.
I think it's important because occasionally you will catch somebody that is angry, that is emotional, that is in the I don't give a damn mode, and they will tell you the truth. And especially like after just a regular game. You win by a touchdown, you lose by a touchdown. Nothing really dramatic particularly happens. You're going to get a lot of, just boilerplate stuff. But if you get a player that's hasn't been used or had a bad game or is maybe on the trade block, just the frustration. The coaches are the same way. Frustration, stack. Sometimes they break, and that's why you have to be in there for the moment that it happens.
In the moment.
Yeah.
Okay, Jorge?
Well, as a camera guy who I've happened to, cover boxing and all stuff like that, the reporter's looking for that emotion. They're looking for that reaction, and it sucks that they don't get their 10 minutes, but I remember one of the reporters once said, but don't you have the time from when you walk from the ring that you lost to the locker room to kind of decompress? And then the guy he just went off no, it's different. Walking from there, you're thinking about what just happened. Once you really sit down and analyze it.
I will, with that in mind, and like you're saying, the cooling off period, I do think that if you are going into those locker rooms and you do get a reaction that's an emotional reaction, you have to take it with a grain of salt because
it's not personal.
In this case,
to the reporter,
to anybody, whatever the reaction may be. Like I was just in a fight.
Yeah,
a literal a fight. Or I just had the worst moment of my life or the best moment of my life. The emotions are rattling around in your head are just really hard to harness. If you say something crazy, I will give you a little bit of grace.
I don't know. Do boxers have PR staff?
Sure.
I hope so. Well, they have promoters.
Yeah.
But if there's a guy that's hot in football or any sport, that PR guy's going to, hey, look, they're going to ask you this. What are you going to say?
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to tell them this, this, and this. Well, you may want to say, try that. If you give him 10 minutes to cool off and that's what he says, then that's just what he said. But for the most part, you try to limit that nonsense.
And producer Lindsay is listening, and she told us her favorite or her most common overused filler phrase is "at the end of the day."
I use that,
which is a lot of words that don't mean anything.
I say it all the time.
Yeah, you say it along the way.
One of my buddies drives me. My buddy drives me crazy every time I talk to him. He's like, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like she went this way. You know what I mean? And it's like,
I say that a lot.
What I mean?
Why didn't we just do that one? Why we got to put McVay in it?
You still don't
You're
get
bringing
it, do
this
you?
back up.
No, I realize why you think it's filler. You don't know what he means. That's why you think it's filler.
Tell me what it means.
Play the press conference.
We're going to play one.
Play a press
conference.
conference. That's why I'm like, filler stuff. That guy's like, never mind. But why him,
We
though?
think he's a genius.
Because he's here. Would you
Why
have
did
rather...
we just go with the phrases? Why do you got to put him in it?
What difference does it make?
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Because
why
he's the
put
coach
him in
of
it?
the
We
team
all
that we
know
talk about
Sean,
every day.
and we have interactions with Sean. You work with Sean.
And
That's
he's
why
the
I'm bringing
team
it
we
up.
talk about every day. It would be weird if we put Mike Tomlin in there.
No, anybody, any coach, any filler phrase. But why just him?
Because he's the best at it.
The best at filler phrases?
Saying nothing.
Saying nothing, talking
Saying
fast.
And making it sound
You
like
guys
it's
are talking about the same coach I'm talking about.
Yeah.
That says nothing
in press conferences.
To us, to
Unbelievable.
media members,
Okay,
to interviews
I don't know what to
when
say.
it comes to Mason Niles.
I'm really stunned. This is the first I've ever heard of that.
Okay.
All right.
But you guys might be the only three in the world.
Sure.
But it's a good thing, bro.
Man,
it's a
you
good
stop.
thing.
You
It's a good
stop.
thing.
You
keep on
stop.
bringing this up.
You
We're
just stop
trying
over
to
there.
move off of
I
past
see
it.
you.
We went past it.
I see you
Dude,
now.
we went
I
past
see
it.
you. I see what
All
Laura
right.
was talking
I got
about.
one more.
I'm
Can
here.
I do one more
Yeah.
Patrick Cap?
Giovanni.
Non-Sean McVay related. All right. So last night, the Celtics handed the Warriors the worst loss in the Steve Kerr era in terms of points. And after the loss, Steph Curry is talking to Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum, giving them hugs, high fives, etc. Steve Kerr looks like he's just kind of waiting to see when that breaks up to go give him a handshake, high five, whatever. They do not acknowledge him whatsoever. He continues to walk on. Do we care that Jason Tatum did not shake Steve Kerr's hand. This has to go back to the Olympics and everything.
And Brown wasn't even on the team, right?
No.
Yeah.
No. All right, so
Snub.
Jorge, you care that Jason Tatum didn't shake Kerr's hand. Fact or cap?
No, I mean, there's obviously there's feelings there. You know, you're a coach that took you. You didn't give him like 10 minutes of a game. I no, I cap for me. Like it doesn't matter to me. But you know, his feelings are hurt.
All right, Trav.
Yeah, cap. I don't care if he doesn't want to shake his hands. I don't care. Look. Dude,
I don't think Kerr cares.
No, I don't think so either. Like Steve, you know what Steve Kerr did? Won the gold medal. That's what Steve Kerr cared about.
Right.
And Steve Kerr thought that the best way to win the gold medal was not use Jason Tatum a lot. Use other players instead of Jason Tatum.
No doubt.
It's fine.
I could care less.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
Me neither.
All right, DeMarco?
Cap, right?
Yes.
Yep, you could care less.
Cap. I could care less. Yeah. They won the gold medal. Who cares?
Right.
Yeah.
And by the way, it wasn't easy.
No. Who cares?
You needed Steph
Is he
and
still
LeBron.
mad about I guess I'd
Apparently.
be mad about it. I guess I'd be mad about it too.
I understand why Jason Tatum is bothered by it, but
You
I'm
got a gold
not.
medal, right? You're an NBA champion, right?
I'm not.
You're making $1 gajillion, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude.
I guess I'd be mad too. I don't know.
I would be mad. I also don't care that he's mad.
Is he really mad? Well, never mind.
I
could care less.
I
what he
think all
thinks.
those great
Yeah.
players, and Jason Tatum is certainly a great player.
Yeah.
I think they always think that I am the solution to the problem.
No doubt.
Yeah,
right.
If you would have played me, maybe it wouldn't have been close. You know, one of those kind of things. But they
won the gold medal.
I'm with you. I'm with you. Get over it. Get over it. You too, DeMarco. You have many choices in your legal team, but family always comes first with the law offices of Joseph S. Normand. If you are hurt in an accident, call Joe, 213-747-2000. That's the law offices of Joseph S. Normand, 213-747-2000 or normandlegal.com. The Chicago Bears have their next head coach. Finally going to get it right? We'll see. That's next. It's Trav and DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
I'm just like the year of the snake, filled with charm, mystery, and grace. Whoops! What's that step? Now your top reasons to visit Morongo.
Lunar New Year freebie. Get a free Lucky Lunar New Year bracelet the 31st.
Number 2.
Ryan McKnight, live on Valentine's Day.
And the number 1 reason.
We're giving away a Lexus NX250. Be here on the 31st at 10 p.m. for your chance to win a Lexus.
Morongo, good times.
Happy New Year from Kia of Carson. We're celebrating the new year with deals on all your favorite 2025 Kia models. Just go to KiaofCarson.com and check out our specials on the award-winning Telluride, hybrids, EVs, and plug-ins. The deals don't stop there. You can save on the entire Kia lineup, including our huge inventory of Kia-certified used cars. Kia of Carson has won numerous awards for customer service, so we know how to make the process easy and enjoyable. Hurry into Kia of Carson for the best selection.
Shop can't miss deals going on now during Pro Savings Days at Lowe's. For a limited time, get a free adjustable stand when you buy a DeWalt 12-inch miter saw. That's a $229 value. Plus, save $680 on a Midea 4-piece kitchen appliance suite. Now just $17.96. Lowe's knows savings. Lowe's knows pros. Valid 1/13 through 1/24. Cannot be combined with additional discounts. While supplies last. See store or Lowe's.com for more details and qualifying items.
Adam Schefter here with Vivid Seats. We've got some late-breaking news coming out of the stands. According to multiple sources, Vivid Seats fans are scoring rewards on every purchase and at a rapid pace. Obviously, these rewards are a game changer, and coupled with their MVP-worthy ticket selection, why get tickets anywhere else? Don't drop the ball this season. Shop with Vivid Seats and earn rewards on every ticket. And as the official ticketing partner of ESPN, Vivid Seats is offering you $20 off your first $200 ticket purchase with code Schefter. That's code Schefter.
This is the Travis and DeMarco Show.
Now weekdays 9 a.m. to noon on LA's mega sports station.
710 ESPN.
I don't know if we need to bet it. Whoa.
Look at you.
Whoa.
You're ripping door handles off. Now the microphone's breaking.
I didn't even touch
that.
that.
What are you doing?
That just decided to flop to the side for no reason. I don't want to bet a pinky or an ear on this.
You're too late.
No. It's a new thing.
I want my ear.
Your pinky is on who?
Cooper Kupp coming
Cooper
back.
Kupp.
Yeah.
My ear is on Ohtani.
Now all
Steals.
Cooper Kupp has to do is be on the roster.
Opening game. Week
no,
one.
no. You said training camp. We can't go back. Yeah.
He's got to be on the team week 1.
You said training camp.
Week 1.
You want more stolen bases, don't you?
No. I'm sticking with 10. I probably said it a little low, but I'm going to stick with it.
My 11th, his 11th stolen base. I'm coming for an ear.
Sure.
Okay.
Ben Johnson makes it to year 3 in Chicago for your toe.
God. No,
I don't think so.
Me either. I mean, think John Fox, Matt Nagy,
Lovie Smith,
Eberflus. I mean, I don't know, bro. I mean, if those good coaches couldn't crack the code in Chicago, what makes you think Ben Johnson can?
Well, I don't know. So here's what I want to get out of you. You were a part of the Rams when they were both bad and good, right? You had some tough seasons, and you had some, won the Super Bowl, right? So correct me if I'm wrong here, but it seems like the team went from what it was to the greatest show on turf that coincided basically with Dick Vermeil's arrival. Yes? Or close enough?
Well, yeah, it was a year or 2 years after.
Okay, but the culture... They
were about to fire him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dick Vermeil obviously is an incredibly successful coach. The Bears have had this run, really, since Mike Ditka, of just one guy after the next. We've seen the Raiders go through guy after, not quite that long a period of time, but the Cowboys have kind of gone through it. We're just one guy after the next, one guy after the next, one guy after the next. Why all of a sudden was it somebody like Sean McVay, where the Rams were in a low ebb for a long with Jeff Fisher and prior to Jeff Fisher, to all of a sudden Sean McVay comes around and it's just bang, they're good. What changes, and why would Ben Johnson, to use the Bears as the example, be the guy that can turn around a team that has been stagnant for decades?
So Jeff Fisher had some talent. He just didn't know what to do with it. I think there were some decisions.
So he's the wrong guy for the job.
Yeah, some decisions that he made on the offensive side, like going back to when Todd Gurley said it's a middle school offense.
Mm-hmm.
I do recall that the word on Jeff Fisher was he wasn't going to hire anyone on that side of the ball that could take his job.
Okay.
Right. Bears out, right? That's fair.
Tracks.
Kept him a job for 20 years as a
But
head
it
coach.
wasn't just Fisher. It was the guys before him, too.
Well, I mean, you had talent. AD was on this team. Rob Havenstein was on this team.
But go back before that. But I guess what I'm trying to get
before that,
at,
you were talent.
you just had bad players or not enough good players.
And
I guess is a better way of saying it.
You weren't very good in how you drafted, and you weren't very good in how you spent your free agent money.
Okay.
So a lot contributed to the bottom hitting, or the Rams hitting
It's
bottom.
a long time to miss on all that stuff, though.
It was. So, and the team was so far down.
And then Sean shows up and bang.
Well, like when Spags came in, I think Spags is going to be a pretty good coach the second time around. But at that time, there was no fixing the Rams.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just you had too many problems. So I think that's where Chicago is.
Just too many problems?
Chicago's been a mess. They've always won the offseason, and that's it. So that's why I just wondered, would Ben Johnson actually take that job?
He did.
I know. And I think he'll be the next coach.
The next former coach of the Chicago Bears.
Yeah, it's just too bad.
So what's the problem there?
Chicago?
Yeah, I mean, because it can't. I mean, I guess it can be, but to just perpetually pick the wrong player, perpetually pick the wrong coach, perpetually sign the wrong free agent, perpetually miss in the draft. Like, I understand that you're going to have some wins and you're going to have some losses, but the Bears have not been stable, consistently stable for 30, 40 years.
The McCaskies have had some issues. Kevin Warren's trying to stabilize the ship.
Yeah.
So we'll see. But here's the thing. Name the most famous Chicago Bears that come to the top of your mind.
Walter Payton.
Mm-hmm. Keep going.
Jim McMahon.
Okay.
Mike Ditka.
Uh-huh.
Mike Singletary.
Okay.
Wilbur Marshall.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, the more you get, it's going to be running backs and defensive players.
Yeah.
So what is Chicago?
Cold.
Chicago's an old school run the football. It's old school football. What's today's NFL? It's quarterback driven.
It's Ben Johnson.
It's quarterback driven.
Yeah.
Right. Well, Chicago's not a place for quarterbacks. It never has been.
Because of the weather or because of the philosophy?
Both, and because of the weather and how you play. And the style of play you have to play in that sort of weather.
Because the philosophy he's bringing seems to be modern.
We'll see if it works. I mean, it's like Spurrier trying to take that offense to Washington. It's great down there. Is it going to work up here? I don't know. Is that going to work in Chicago?
Spurrier was a college guy going to the NFL. Ben Johnson is a pro coach.
Right, and he's coaching Jared Goff, a finished product, so to speak, in Detroit with a dome. Now you're going outdoors with a quarterback that we don't know just yet.
What do you think about him,
I
Williams?
do know this. If it goes bad in Chicago next year and the next 2 years, Caleb will go before him.
Oh, you think?
Because it's not his guy. you'll give him a chance to draft his own guy.
Can I make a comparison?
Go ahead.
Goff and McVay. Goff was here when McVay got hired.
Yeah.
Now, they won. They went to the Super Bowl, and it was a successful combination to a point.
Yeah.
So, yeah, okay. All right.
There's talk like, did Ben Johnson really improve Jared Goff?
Yes.
Can you call the run a success as it relates to the guy that left?
It's a great question.
It's hard, right? I know.
It's a team success.
Yeah.
Because they did go to an NFC Championship game for the first time in forever. They did win their division a couple of times for the first time in a long time.
And Goff left here as a guy that couldn't win the big one, and
still the same.
He's still the same guy. That's what I'm saying. So I don't know. I'm shocked, but there's also he didn't want to go work for what's his name in Las Vegas.
Oh, Mark Davis.
He didn't want to go work for Mark Davis and Brady. He wanted to go work.
And Brady, the part of that, too.
They say Brady's going to be a meddler.
Oh.
And I could see that. Tom Brady's in the building, and you're not going to ask him his opinion?
Sure.
No, you're going to ask. If you don't go ask him, he's going to come down and tell you.
That's what I meant.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you ask him?
And he's going to criticize every quarterback you have. I might not want to be there either.
He's Tom Brady. I want to know what he wants to think. I wish he'd tell me what he thinks when he's doing games.
Yes.
Right? There was a moment in the game where I think it was Detroit. They had 12 guys on the field, right?
That's
the game and he
called it.
He's like, what he said, I thought was really one of the few times that his guard dropped for half a second. He goes, what are they doing?
Yeah.
Just the frustration of watching bad play, bad decisions, bad coaching, bad preparation. The frustration came out of me like, what are they doing right now? I'm like, dude, more of that, please.
I would have to tell him, Tom, you're probably the only other. There's probably two guys that saw that. Everyone else missed it.
Yeah.
That's why you're great. But he doesn't get why you didn't see it.
Yeah.
But, we're not you, bro.
Well, that's why most guys like him make bad coaches.
Yeah, right.
And we'll see whether or not he does as an owner.
It never popped into my head,
Do it
Tom.
like this. Yeah, dude, I can't.
Just throw it over there.
Clayton Kershaw, show me how you throw your curveball. Yeah, I hold it like this. Yeah, great.
Right.
I can't do that.
It's special. I know. I know. Yeah. So we'll see.
I do like that he'd be a meddler. That would be great if he became super involved and was just constantly
watch how I do it.
Oh, God. From your lips, DeMarco, to the football god's ears, right? That Tom Brady becomes a meddlesome owner would be lovely.
Comes out of the box. You're not doing it right. Watch
Jerry
this.
Jones, step aside. Tom Brady is in the house. Speaking of Jerry Jones, there's a guy, at least the betting favorite, that to be the coach of the Cowboys. I'll tell you who next. It's Trav and DeMarco, 710 ESPN. Lots going on. Obviously, there's another two car accidents. They rerouted me 2 separate times. If you get hurt in a car accident, you're supposed to call the offices of Joseph S. Normand. But DeMarco, Joe was telling us last week about how important it is if you lost property in that Eaton fire that you also call Joe.
You need to call Joe, period. If there's anything going on that you don't understand, if you got hurt, stubbed a toe, like you said, a pallet falls on your head, make sure you have a friend that knows how to fight these insurance companies because, man, they are trying to rob you. They're trying to rip you off.
They're in the insurance business.
Yeah.
They're not in the DeMarco and Travis business.
Well, I thought they were. When you pay premiums, I guess I was wrong. Yeah. I learned. I
Yeah.
learned from Joe.
This is why look. Maybe you got the one guy that is doing it right.
Yeah.
But let's make sure. Let's get Joe to take a look at what's going on. If you're hurt, if you think you have a claim, pick up the phone and call the law offices of Joseph S. Normand.
213-747-2000, 213-747-2000, or normandlegal.com.
And make sure that Joe knows that Travis and DeMarco sent you his way.
Yo.
LA's mega sports station.
710 ESPN.
Hey, it's DeMarco. I know a thing or two about Super Bowls. I've been there, won that. If you want to experience the big game like a pro, Absolute Sport has you covered. From premium tickets to exclusive parties to first-class accommodations, their Super Bowl packages are the MVP of the fan experience. Don't sit on the sidelines. Be a part of the action. Go to us.absolute-sport.com. That's ABSOLUT-sport to lock in your spot. Absolute Sport, it's how champions watch the Super Bowl.
Oh, could this vintage store be any cuter?
Right? And the best part? They accept Discover.
Accept Discover? In a little place like this? I don't think so, Jennifer.
Oh, yeah, huh? Discover's accepted where I like to shop. Come on, baby, get with the times.
Right, so we shouldn't get the parachute pants?
These are making a comeback. I think.
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. based on the February 2024 Nielsen report.
Ever have one of those days where your gut just feels blah?
Ugh, yes.
Occasional bloating or gas could be signs that your gut is out of balance, but Align Probiotic can help. Align 24/7 Digestive Support is a daily use probiotic with a unique strain to help relieve occasional digestive issues. It's the #1 doctor-recommended brand. So when you feel the signs, it's time to try Align. Align Probiotic. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
The biggest show on the radio.
Mason and Ireland, weekdays at noon.
In Major League Baseball, the teams that are going to do well, in a lot of cases, are owned by hedge funds, investment bankers, that kind of stuff. This is like play money for the side. If it's not your main income, and that's certainly not the case with Guggenheim Group, they just don't care. They will spend, and they have so much money. I think their competitive balance tax is going to be over $350 million this year. I mean, none of it matters.
I saw something that it says that if you take just their deferred money right now, it's like $1.375 billion. Just in deferred money.
Yeah, how fun are they going to be to watch next year? Wow.
Are they? I mean, I looked at it, thought about it yesterday when this came across. I mean, they will be the heaviest favorites in the history of Major League Baseball, I think.
Steve Mason and John Ireland, tomorrow at noon.
Mason and Ireland on 710 ESPN.
Hi, it's LeBron. The Lakers play here.
710 ESPN.
KSPN, Los Angeles.
A good karma brands radio station. And yes, welcome to the Travis and DeMarco Show. Now mornings, 9 a.m. to noon on 710 ESPN. Your destination for LA sports. Let's get back to the fellas. The Travis and DeMarco Show continues right now.
You got me excited. I cannot wait about Tom Brady being the meddlesome owner in the NFL. That would be terrific.
Firing guys left and right.
Let's go.
Mid-season.
Let's go.
Out in front.
It's one of those things. We can tell him he's wrong.
Yeah. I'm going to try. He's going to bang those 7 rings.
Then he did that big sack with all that jewelry in it and go,
God.
Bing! What are you going to do about that?
Did you make lunches for your kids?
I did.
Okay. I usually make fruit. I cut fruit and I take half, give my daughter half for school.
One for you, one for me.
I just bit into a sour like orange. I know she's not going to eat that. I know she's not.
Does it go in the trash? Does she give it to another kid?
She's going to bring it
home?
back. I talked her into bringing it back. If you don't like it, bring it home. I'll eat it. That type stuff. But I just know she's going to be hungry later. She's not going to eat
bonus lunch that they don't eat that comes back. I'll eat that.
Stuff. Oh.
Especially when there's a bonus Uncrustable in there.
Oh,
why not?
Oh,
I have an Uncrustable just about every single game.
Do you really? Nice.
Stu Jackson is at every single game before the Rams. Rams reporter Stu Jackson joining us right now. How you feeling, Stu?
Feeling great. How are you guys this morning?
Beef Stu, what's happening, man?
Hey, how are you?
I called Stu this morning. He said he just left the gym.
Oh, yeah?
Stu trying to get swole. Why are you trying to get swole, Stu? Be honest.
Just trying to be in the best shape possible as I get into my early 30s.
Look at you. I love when you go corporate. All right, so sum this season up for me. 1-4 to the divisional round. You took Philadelphia to the very edge, almost beat them. Sum it up for this year, this 2024 Rams season.
Yeah, just a season of resolve and mental and physical toughness when you think about just the injuries that this group had at the beginning of the season, especially on the offensive line, how they were able to establish continuity and really get things together there. Just really what you were able to get out of the rookie class, too, ultimately to reach the divisional round, especially the season after one Aaron Donald retired. I think all those things just made this year just a really impressive achievement. Obviously, wish it had gone farther than the divisional round, the playoffs, of course. But, again, when you take into account, like you said, just where this team started at the beginning of the year to where it ultimately got to, there's a lot to be said for that.
Stu, kind of putting those two things together, this is the first year without Aaron Donald in 10 years. And you go and you spend your first 2 draft picks on that side of the ball. You go and get Jared Verse. You go and you get Braden Fisk. And I think for most people, myself included, when you think of the Rams, you think of Sean McVay, you think of offense, you think of the fact that they're going to go out there to score 30-plus points, et cetera, et cetera. Did we see the transition going from this is a team that's going to be led from its offense to a team that's going to be led from its defense, considering what we saw, especially in the postseason and knowing what's on the horizon for the players on the offensive side and their age and the defensive players and theirs?
That's a good question, Travis. I think the defense certainly took a step forward and was a big part in the reason why this team got as far as it did, especially in the second half of the season when you looked at 3 straight games where they held opponents under 10 points. I think it ended up being before the divisional round something like 5 of their last 6. But I think part of the reason the offense wasn't playing at the level it was just kind of like I mentioned, just because of the injuries and some of the things that they dealt with there, especially along the offensive line. When you don't have some of those guys for stretches of time, when you don't have guys like Cooper Kupp or Puka Nacua for an extended period, obviously that plays a role in the offense playing to the level that we all know it's capable of and that we've seen in the past. And so I don't know that transition is quite there yet, but I just think that had a little bit more to do maybe with the health of the offense and just the late season success of the defense than maybe any transition at this point.
Stu, you were in that locker room. You saw it at the end. That was it was very emotional. Never saw a team would have that sort of emotion. Now, everybody is down when they lost, but not getting the game back to LA, you can tell it weighed on guys. How do you think they handle that? Or what's the best thing they can do to supplement that going into the offseason? Like, take it into the offseason roaring.
Yeah, I think just exactly that, DeMarco. I mean, I remember asking Jared Verse post-game. He's a guy that doesn't need more motivation to begin with. He's already pretty intrinsically motivated as it is. Like, how do you use this loss, to fuel you going into the offseason? And he basically said, I don't want my teammates to ever feel this way again. And so whatever that looks like, whether that's his training regimen, whether that's film study, whatever it may be, he, I think, epitomized best the kind of mindset and mentality that you have or should have when you're coming off of, a tough result like that, or if you view it as a disappointing result like that. Again, I have difficult time using that word just because, again, like we talked about earlier, just what the team had to overcome to even become a playoff team and reach the divisional round. But Verse, I think, had the perfect mindset and the one that you want to take you into the offseason with.
Stu Jackson, Rams reporter, joining us here on Trav and DeMarco. And, this DeMarco said, I think you put the number at 30%, that the team is 30% different year after year after year. It's just life in the league, and it moves fast. And, once you're out, you're already looking forward to the next one. How is this team going to look different next year? Like the one just at a glance, if you looked at it, what are the 2025 Rams look different from the 2024 ones?
It's kind of early to tell, honestly. I mean, I think we won't know until probably closer to when free agency and the new league years start. I understand why everybody's looking forward, especially, given the way the season went and some of the, speculation surrounding the roster. But, until we get closer to that point, that truthfully, that's probably when we'll have a better idea, or when we'll really know whether anything changes.
Where do you put this as far as Sean McVay's best coaching jobs? Last season was a miracle. The Super Bowl is the Super Bowl. What about this year? Where would you rank this?
Yeah, I mean, I think there's going to be hard. It would be hard, I would say, to top anything involving the 2021 season, right? The year he won the Super Bowl. But I would put it as a close second. Again, even though you didn't hoist the Lombardi Trophy, just the fact that he was able to. Even as simple things like delivering the right message at the right time, and saying that these guys are built for this, and getting that buy-in, and keeping everybody together, especially again when they started 1-4, and it was looking like it would be a Herculean task to get to the playoffs and achieve the success that they were accustomed to. His ability to keep the building together, to keep the guys together, and get that buy-in. Was really special to me, and also just how he was able to get out of this team once everybody was healthy. All those things to me make it, I would say, probably his second best behind that Super Bowl season. But I don't know if DeMarco disagrees with me or not.
I always disagree with you. You should have kept your hair. Why'd you go bald?
I knew that was coming.
Always. It's my beef stew, though. Yeah, I'm with you, man. Yeah. Outside of the Super Bowl, I thought this was one of the best. Everything that this team has been through to stay connected and to keep the culture was unreal, regardless of result. To keep the culture, I thought, was exemplary.
Yeah, absolutely. The best sign of a head coach to me is just the strength of that culture and how well you can keep it together, especially when things aren't going as planned or the way you thought they would. And so, for him to, keep that "we not me" mantra going and have those guys continually bought in and staying the course. That to me was, again, what made this season special. I could see an argument too, though, for 2023, because again, coming off of what the 2022 season entailed with just the unfortunate injury luck and how that went to then, have that team get to the playoffs, like that was a pretty impressive accomplishment in and of itself too. But, again, 1-4 the playoffs and just maintaining that buy-in and culture is something that, should hold this season in high regard when it comes to, one of McVay's best coaching jobs.
Yeah, Stu, with that in mind, I remember Les Snead told me at one point when I was having a conversation with him on one of my other shows, and he said, Aaron Donald is the window. That when Aaron Donald is here, you got to make sure that you maximize your opportunities to try to go as far as you can, because you don't get a player like that very often. And then the window was Matthew Stafford, and maybe still is Matthew Stafford. But is the answer to the question, the window is Sean McVay? That as long as you have him kind of like setting that culture that you're talking about and able to deliver those messages that you're talking about, that as long as he is here, the players may come and go, that the window is open if you have a coach like that?
I would absolutely agree with that, Adam. I think just the consistency that they've had year over year, and also just the way that they've been able to not only draft guys, but draft and develop them, and quite frankly, just find guys who fit into that culture. And, they talk all the time about, one of the biggest things they look for is guys who love football. And as simple as that sounds, like, if you have guys that are that passionate, it's very easy to get that buy-in and keep that culture and maintain it, at least the one that McVay has. And so, again, especially after this season, really the last two seasons, whether it's starting 1-4 or whatever may come this team's way, that the Rams are never out of it as long as Sean McVay is the head coach.
You should have asked him about the Hoosiers. He's from Indiana. We were having this discussion about Hoosiers.
The movie.
Like, why do they call it Hoosiers? Aren't you from Indiana?
Yes, I am.
Is that a knock?
Is what a knock?
Saying somebody from Indiana is a Hoosier.
No, that's that's like a normal thing. I don't know why it would be a knock.
People from Indiana are Hoosiers.
Are Hoosiers.
Yes.
Yes, that's correct.
Yes,
okay.
Someone didn't.
Right.
Yeah, someone didn't know. Right. Like, why would you call the movie Hoosiers? Because they're from Indiana.
Because it was set in Indiana.
That makes sense, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Was Norman Dale a good coach?
Hey, man, he had the picket fence.
There you go. See?
But Stu, hold on. Yeah. That was Shooter's play.
See?
He was the one that set up the picket fence, and Dale stole it from him.
Okay, but Dale was smart enough to have Shooter on his coaching staff. So, therefore, he should give at least some partial credit.
Fair enough. My man. Yes, sir. He actually thought the Hoosiers were going to win the national championship in football, too. That's the other thing. Yeah. He's IU grad. Yeah. Go ahead, Stu.
Okay,
talk your trash.
You can be a fan. That's fine. That's crazy, but you can be a fan. That's fine.
Kurt Cignetti's confidence knows no bounds.
Man.
That's all.
Okay, I'm going to ask you this, Stu. With Kirk Cignetti, I can't even say it. Cignetti. Yeah. Thank you. Is he a lifer at IU, or is he going to go somewhere that has more of a football tradition?
Yeah.
I would love for him to be a football lifer. I mean, I hope that's the case, especially with the extension that they just gave him at the end of the season. DeMarco joked with me all about that all the time during the Rams season, and so it was nice when I saw that bit of news and could share that with him. But certainly hope he's going to be a lifer for the Hoosiers and
there's always
for as long as possible.
Big buyout, right? You come in there like George is like, yeah, we got you.
It's always a price.
Whoever's coming next, there's always that guy. Stu, good to talk with you. Thanks a bunch.
Stu.
Yeah, thank you so much for you guys for having me on. I really appreciate it.
Big Stu, my man.
I always like but he was smart enough to bring in the assistant coach, right? Like Phil Jackson, the triangle. Tex Winter came up with the triangle.
No
it's just
doubt.
Phil Jackson said, aha.
Yes.
Michael Jordan will fit very well into this. Let's go and do it.
Yes.
Yeah, let's go do that as well. Speaking of Phil Jackson, the Lakers, LeBron said, I thought something very interesting after their loss to the Clippers that was very LeBron and also might be very, very accurate. That's coming up next. It's Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN. ROTOLO, Rotolo Chevrolet. That's where you can go online if you are looking for that new Silverado, that new Chevy car or truck. But even better, go on in to Rotolo Chevrolet in Fontana, California, right off the 210 freeway, Sierra Avenue exit, and see for yourself what all the fun is about. If you watch sports on TV in this town, you've seen Mike Capozio dancing from Rotolo Chevrolet. You know why? Because he's awesome. You know why? Because he's going to hook you up. Because he's going to make sure that you understand every single part of the sales process. That's what Mike and his entire team at Rotolo Chevrolet do every single day. That's why they've won Dealer of the Year 13 years in a row, because they take care of their customers. So you come back over and over again. So you tell all your friends. That's what I've done. That's why I've bought cars from Rotolo Chevrolet. That's why I've been driving the Silverado from Rotolo Chevrolet for years now, because they just know how to take care of people. Go see for yourself. Right off the 210 Sierra Avenue exit. That's Rotolo Chevrolet. And if Fontana's a little out of your neighborhood, go online. RotoloChevy.com. ROTOLO, RotoloChevy.com. Whether you go in or go online, tell them that Travis sent you.
The LA Kings have a new home.
Hear the excitement of Kings hockey this season.
This fall, 710 ESPN and the all-new ESPN LA app is your home for every moment of the Los Angeles Kings.
Hear the excitement of Kings hockey this season in only one place. Easy to access, easy to find, easy to enjoy every Kings game and your favorite Kings podcasts.
710 ESPN and the all-new ESPN LA app.
Plan your perfect combination at Pechanga Resort Casino, official Native American resort and casino of the Los Angeles Lakers. See for yourself what made readers of Newsweek and USA Today name Pechanga the best casino outside of Las Vegas. Pechanga has world-class resort amenities, exceptional entertainment, dining, spa, and golf, and 24/7 gaming excitement. The immense casino floor and 1,100 rooms and suites makes Pechanga one of the largest in the country. Skip the traffic, head for Pechanga Resort Casino off the I-15 in Temecula. Visit Pechanga.com or call 888-PECHANGA for reservations.
Next Gen is the official plumbing, heating, and AC company of SoCal sports fans. Right now, ESPN LA listeners can book a drain cleaning for just $88. That's right, just $88, and you can keep your plumbing in top shape and ensure you're game day ready. So don't miss out. Call 833-3NEXTGEN today to take advantage of this limited time offer. That's 833-3NEXGEN or visit nextgenaironplumbing.com to schedule your $88 drain cleaning appointment today.
NEXGEN, call 833-3NEXTGEN.
When pain keeps you from doing what you love, Hoag Orthopedic Institute gets you back to you. We are ranked number 18 in the nation and number 1 in Orange County for orthopedic and spine care by U.S. News and World Report. From the surf to the green, our world-class doctors are there, which is why more Californians choose Hoag Orthopedic Institute for orthopedic and spine care more than any other hospital. At Hoag Orthopedic Institute, there is no one better at getting you back to you. Proudly founded by premier physicians in partnership with Hoag. Learn more at HoagOrthopedicInstitute.com.
Texting enrolls you in recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, how you doing? Haven't seen you around the gym for a while.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could be lower testosterone.
Lower T?
Yeah, I went through it a while back. Once you hit 40, your body has less free testosterone. I got Nugenix Total T, and it's made a huge difference for me.
I've seen that ad on TV. Is it for real?
Oh, yeah. The key ingredient is something called Tesnor, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean.
And it's made a difference for you?
Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again, at work, in the gym, and in the bedroom.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves?
Yeah, you just need to send them a text.
Text TAP to 321-321 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T, the #1 selling testosterone booster at GNC. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast, absolutely free. Text TAP to 321-321. That's TAP to 321-321.
This is the Travis and DeMarco Show.
Now weekdays 9 a.m. to noon on LA's mega sports station.
710 ESPN.
This one reminds me of the morning show.
It does?
Did we play this a lot on the morning show?
Yeah.
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 Huh.
kind of vibey.
It's the jam. Yeah.
If somebody's, I'm looking at the highlights. Sports Center's on over your shoulder right here. Somebody's going to beat the Chiefs. They gotta kill them, right? They need to beat them by 10, 13, 14 points. If this is a one-score game deep into the fourth quarter, the Chiefs are going to win.
If you give them 30 seconds, no timeouts, and a chance to beat you, you probably lose the game.
Not even 30, 13 seconds.
13,
You probably lose the game. So, you have to take away every option from them, every opportunity to win the game. I think it's going to be fair this week because of all the talk.
The talk's been going on for years.
But it's now the players are commenting. The players, the Texans are commenting.
They did.
If anything, there's going to be an overcorrection.
D'Amico Ryans was talking about it. Will Anderson was talking about it. Yeah, I don't know if there'll be an overcorrection. Hopefully, at least it's a square game. It's a fair fight because it has felt like Patrick Mahomes. And what else? You know what else is gaining traction? And I think Troy Aikman gets some credit for this. Even Aikman during that game was like, "This is a joke." Like you can't do that little thing where you're almost trying to. It's like the football equivalent of flopping, if there is such a thing.
I want to talk to Troy and ask him like that. Come on, under his breath when he said that.
It wasn't under his breath.
Was he talking to the officials or talking to Mahomes?
Oh, good question.
Yeah, because
what do you think it was?
I think he's talking to Mahomes. I think that's crap what he's doing.
Oh, okay.
The flopping.
That's
trying to
even
get
more
calls.
interesting.
Yeah, you're scrambling around, you're cutting back, you're trying to gain every yard and then just drop, and then trying to get the penalty. I think it's bad. Yeah,
I like that even more.
And it's weird because I like James Harden for foul hunting.
Yeah,
but I can't stand foul hunting quarterbacks because they're the only guy that gets the protection.
Yeah, I think that's what that probably is. Right, that's
annoying.
The difference. And look, we talked about it briefly yesterday, and Patrick Mahomes is the best quarterback in the league, and I want to see him play because he's fun to watch play.
Yeah.
And I don't want to see him get blown up on a dirty cheap or bang play. But we get every time something like this happens, I keep in the back of my mind thinking, if I'm getting it anyway, I'm going to make it worth my while.
The white hat, and they always have these rules of engagement meetings, and they're informal, and you go out and you talk to both coaches and you talk to both quarterbacks. And I think it would behoove the officials to have that discussion. Hey, look, you're only going to get one of those. If you're heading out of bounds, go out of bounds. If you try to pull up and get the penalty, I may not call it.
Okay.
Yeah, I understand you can
Does
slide.
Does that type of dialogue go on during games?
Yeah, I mean, if it's getting egregious and stupid, because other coaches will complain. They'll send their complaints to the white hat, and you have to take that to the other side.
Yeah.
They know. Like, if you're playing games and you're trying to gain every single yard and then dropping and expecting me to bail you out on the calls,
I wonder if
now you're embarrassing me.
Yeah, but why isn't Sean McDermott doing that already? Why isn't every time he talks in a press conference planting that seed?
So most of the Chiefs fans or anti-Chiefs fans, the ones that hate the Chiefs, they say their right tackle, their right tackle.
He jumps every time.
The reason they don't say it so loud is because their guy's doing it too.
Okay.
Your guy's getting away with it. So Josh Allen needs the benefit of those lax rules on quarterbacks because he moves around so much.
This is anecdotal.
Yeah.
But I saw something last night that was kind of like this supercut of all these quarterbacks that did not get fouls, right? That were far more egregious than fouls that have been called when Mahomes does it.
Oh, yeah.
And Allen is another one that, because Allen is so big and so strong and so physical, and he runs a lot, like he takes some shots that Mahomes, that's a penalty every time. And Lamar Jackson, another one, runs a lot, doesn't draw fouls like Mahomes does.
Stafford doesn't draw a lot of fouls.
No.
But he doesn't run very much
either.
But when he does, did you see, I thought Jalen Hurts was the perfect use of the slide.
Yeah.
He picked up, he was in a crowd. Before you got close, he dropped down.
That's why that rule is there, and that's how it's supposed to happen.
But guys like Mahomes, they flirt. They play that gray area. They take the extra step. Now you're attacking my goal line. And wait till I lunge or get into a hitting position to start sliding to draw the foul. That's what Aikman, I think, was like, that's crap.
Somebody is going to do to Patrick Mahomes what they did to Trevor Lawrence.
Or Trent Green or any,
yeah.
I'm just going to run right through your head.
Look, I'll take it. You're going to do. If I breathe on you, it's 15. If I take your head off, it's 15. I might as well take your head off.
I would say do it early and make sure you get them.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm watching a replay right now on the NFL Network of that game, a divisional game. It's the Texans. Will Anderson got flagged for a unnecessary roughness against Mahomes as he's running straight at him. The ball has not left his hands, and he hits him maybe 2 seconds after less than that after the ball.
Yeah.
And it's like you can't even hit him.
Did he hit him in the helmet?
He hit him on the shoulders.
He hit him.
Any contact to the helmet, you're going to get it. Yeah.
Does near the helmet count?
If he anywhere on the helmet, it's a flag.
It was close to the helmet. Maybe glancing contact. It wasn't put it this way. It wasn't what happened to Jared Goff during the pick six.
No, I saw that one. But if it's that dead shot from the front, right?
It was kind of here.
It hit like his shoulder kind of on the face mask.
Like that.
If you catch the helmet, he's going to flag you. They know that.
Matthew Stafford ain't getting that flag.
He didn't, but then he did.
Lamar Jackson's not getting that flag. Josh Allen's not getting it.
After a lot of complaining, then they did. That's what I would do if I had a guy like that. I'd be complaining to the ref all the time.
What I would love to see is, pick your Buffalo defensive player. Have a hit that feels like one of those hits that we've seen Mahomes get the call on 100 times before and have nothing happen. No, I'm not saying where he gets annihilated and no flag. I'm saying one of those, is they going to throw that and it doesn't come out? Like, you need to have a couple of those because it seems like every time there's something that's like 50-50, it's 100-0 in Mahomes' favor.
On the slide, definitely pick it up. If he slid into it or if it's incidental contact, replay it if you can. He missed. He didn't touch the helmet.
I don't think that's
pick
reviewable.
That up. On the sideline, if go out, either head out like Marino.
What do you make of that?
If you pull up, I'm drilling you.
It's not a reviewable call. That's not something that they can do. Should they?
Should be. It's a big call. It's a first down.
I agree.
Yeah, it's a huge call. That's one of the biggest penalties in sport in football.
That's one of those penalties too and
it's subjective.
In real time, it looks one way, and then when you see it on a replay a little slower, you realize, okay, that's not what that was.
Agreed, because you don't have the speed in slow motion, because in slow motion it can look worse or it could look better.
It could look cleaner.
How about flagging the flop then? If you flop, it's 15.
In.
How about that?
In.
That's so subjective, though.
But they do it in the NBA. It doesn't get called very often.
Just did. Come on.
No, dude. It's the one he slid late.
That's
first of all,
unsportsmanlike.
And then the two Texans hit each other.
That one I'll give you because you couldn't tell.
It was in real speed, but that's a great example of a replay. You go, oh, they didn't actually ever even hit him.
Totally, right.
They hit each other.
Is flopping like that old phrase from the Supreme Court that's like, I don't know what the definition is, but I know it when I see it? With the flopping, because it's going to be hard to define what flop is.
The one on the sidelines, that's a flop by Mahomes.
Brian Schottenheimer, Dallas Cowboy head coach. You ready for that?
No.
Apparently he's the odds-on favorite at this point to get that job.
Really?
Shotty
is going to be a head coach in Dallas.
Now we'll see.
Then everything you said about Jerry Jones is right.
Yeah.
He wants a coach you can push
You know
around.
what's funny?
Yeah.
He's exactly, like if you would have said come up with the perfect name to that's the guy. A guy that you can kind of steamroll.
Yep.
A guy that is not like a highly sought-after head coach.
Shotty has grown up in the game. He knows it. He knows it very well.
And again, but he's not a bozo. He's not an incompetent, but it's not the hot young thing. It's not, where you move heaven and earth to make a trade for a great coach. It's a... Really?
Shotty.
It's just kind of uninspiring.
Interesting. I thought if he was going to be a head coach, it would have happened by now.
Yeah. He's been a head coach before, right?
He was hot, but he was hot like 15 years ago.
Yeah.
Really hot. And then...
Is he not just Mike McCarthy in another form? I mean, it feels like they're I know Mike McCarthy won the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
But is it not similar at least?
Who knows? I mean, look, I think it's a coach you definitely can control if you're Jerry Jones. Will he be unsuccessful? I don't know that.
But that's
You've got some talent.
They're very rarely bad.
Yeah.
It's not like the Cowboys or the Raiders. The Raiders change coaches all the time, and the Raiders stink. Right? The Raiders are just a bad team, and they win 4 or 5 games a year, and they don't have a ton of good players. The Raiders are just not very good. That's not the case with the Cowboys. The Cowboys, this last year wasn't great. Cowboys go to the playoffs a lot.
And
they just
keep the coaches for a while. I mean, McCarthy was there for 5 years.
Jason Garrett was there for 10.
Yeah.
I don't think he's ever been head coach.
No.
This would be number one. I think he's been as high as OC.
Okay.
That was in college. He was the Rams offensive coordinator 2012 to 2014. And that's around that time he was supposed to be the next, but it just never happened.
You ready for this?
Yeah.
I got the Dallas Cowboys are the longest tenured NFC team to have not appeared in the NFC Championship. Every other of the 16 teams in the NFC, there are 15 that have appeared in an NFC Championship game more recently than the Dallas Cowboys.
I would have lost a thumb because they haven't been bad.
No,
they haven't been horrible.
They haven't.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and think about like bad teams. Think about like Carolina. They've been in. Right?
Yes.
Think about teams like the Arizona Cardinals.
Some runs have come and gone.
Yes. Tampa's won the Super Bowl multiple times. It's crazy.
They've resurrected and died twice.
Crazy. The New Orleans Saints, the Atlanta, literally all of them. And you know who it was until this last weekend?
Who?
Washington.
Wow.
And now that Washington is in, the Cowboys fall to the bottom.
Where is it by season? Let's see. Dallas has never been absolutely
I think 95 was the last year they were in.
Jeez. And you have, wow.
30 years.
30 years. But why him, though?
Why who?
Schottenheimer.
I don't know.
Maybe you wanted Ben Johnson and he said he wasn't interested.
But there are other kind of hot commodities. Aaron Glenn is a hot commodity. There are other guys that you would be, not totally blown.
Hire Dion then.
Dion.
Yeah.
Brian Schottenheimer falls right into that category of not, like Troy Aikman said, not a coveted job.
Yeah.
Somebody that you can control. Somebody that's not going to steal shine. All of those things.
Interesting. I just never thought I'd hear that name as a head coach.
All right, back to the Lakers and LeBron James saying that they have no margin for error. That's coming up next. Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN. Valvoline Instant Oil Change, home of the 15-minute drive-through oil change. They are waiting for you. They're waiting to get your car running at its absolute best. This is just one of those things you got to take care of. This is one of those things that at the beginning of the year, check that box. Feel good about it. Look at that sticker in your car and see if you are overdue for that service appointment, because if you are, Valvoline Instant Oil Change is the spot for you. Oil changes, tire rotations, transmission care, wipers, and a whole lot more. And they're going to do it for you fast. In about 15 minutes, you are in, you are out, you are down the road, knowing that your car is running at its absolute best. They do it so fast, you don't even get out of the car at Valvoline. You sit there nice and relaxed while the expert technicians make sure that your ride is at its best. You can listen to the Trav and DeMarco show. You can send a text or two, flip through your Instagram reels, whatever it is you want to do, knowing that your car is going to be running tip-top. 80 locations ready to help you get your ride ready for the road in no time at all. Visit SoCalOilChange.com to find one of those oil change locations at Valvoline and pick up some coupons for your next Valvoline Instant Oil Change.
You never have to miss a moment of LA's mega sports station. Get the all-new ESPN LA app.
Just search ESPN LA in your App Store or Google Play.
Download, tap, and bam!
You got 710 ESPN in the palm of your hand.
Here's the scenario. Your home is flooded and there's extensive water damage. This is when it can feel as though your relationship with your insurance has become an abusive one. They don't agree that you need a replacement living arrangement, despite it being glaringly obvious. Then, the insurance adjuster leaves you hanging. You feel abandoned with a home that is no longer livable, and you now have no other choice than to use the insurance contractor to make repairs, which includes their brazen attempt at lowballing the estimate. Okay, so here's what you do. You take a deep breath, then you call Avner Gatt. They're one of California's largest public adjusting firms, and trust me, size does matter in this case because Avner Gatt has experienced it all. Insurance companies can make you feel like a criminal, leaving you with no hope in getting your home back together. Avner Gatt knows exactly how to handle these situations. Not only do they have extensive knowledge on how to handle your dilemma, but they remain passionate about helping people. It's why Avner and his family continue to take the calls themselves at Avner Gatt Inc. They cover all of Southern California, and if I haven't convinced you with all of these truth bombs thus far, just check out what seems to be a never-ending stream of 5-star reviews on Yelp, Google, and the Better Business Bureau. So, whether you have a toilet overflow, a broken water line, a burst supply line, a broken fire sprinkler, whatever the water damage is at home, call Avner Gatt today. 818-917-5256. That's 818-917-5256. And you can go online to avnergatt.com.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies candidates with the right skills, sends you great matches, then you can easily invite them to apply. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. See for yourself. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/LA to try ZipRecruiter for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/LA.
Accident or injury, call Jacob and Ronnie. Call Jacob.
Winning matters, especially after an accident. At calljacob.com, we're here for you when you need a big win. After an accident, go to calljacob.com or call 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB.
When you're hiring, Have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
And yes, welcome to the Travis and DeMarco Show. Now mornings, 9 a.m. to noon on 710 ESPN, your destination for LA sports. Let's get back to the fellas. The Travis and DeMarco Show continues right now.
I'll send you the text tonight. TGL, Tuesday night.
TGL. Okay, I'm watching the highlights. This looks fun. It looks fun. Yeah.
You ever have something that you want to like? That I want this to be exciting. I want it to be compelling. I want it to work.
Yeah.
And you watch it, you're like, this just isn't very good.
A ton.
Yeah,
Yes.
this just isn't very good.
Yes.
And I fear that that's what this is because I want to like it. I want Tiger's thing to be successful. I want to. If there's a way to see Tiger more, my hands in the air. I'd like to see that. Boring.
This is like golf in this is like indoor football. It's golf in a blender.
Yeah.
So it's got to be personality driven.
Yep. Good luck with that.
You got to make me laugh.
Golf.
Okay. It's weird. It's
golf,
video golf.
Personality.
Yeah.
I
wanted to
bring Lee Trevino in there.
I wanted to like power slap until.
Dude.
It's stupid. Yeah. We're just knocking people out.
I like watching guys' teeth come out. That sounds terrible.
Let's club each other in the head with bats. How about that?
Yeah. No, thank you. Lakers tonight. They get the Washington Wizards. 6-win Washington Wizards. So what? It goes down to the last
think about that one.
minute.
You usually say Bullets.
I literally stopped myself from saying it.
Really?
I still do.
The Bullets have been gone for a while.
I'm aware. I still call them the San Diego Chargers, Washington Bullets. Yeah,
But San Diego's only a couple of years
That's
now.
true.
So
I know. The Bullets have been a while.
It's been a minute. Yeah.
I still think if you said to me, name a player on the Wizards, I would say Wes Unseld.
You almost said it again.
I know. Well, I don't know. Wes Unseld.
It's been a minute, man. I know. I know. This is another one they have to get, should get, please get. Please get this one.
I don't even think they
Washington's trying to lose.
Washington's dreadful.
They're trying to lose.
They're not going to lose to Washington, I don't think, but who knows? There was a thing on ESPN.com this morning about they were ranking the Western Conference and the tiers like contenders. That was basically OKC, and then conference Dallas and Houston. Lakers were in that third tier, like play in or maybe not even that. They were kind of in which
That's reality.
And here we are.
That's where you are.
I think this is why what LeBron said is so accurate when he was talking about, do they have margins? Can they make mistakes and still get away and win games? And he said, nah, that's how our team's constructed. We just don't have room for error, for much error. We don't have a choice. I mean, that's the way our team is constructed, and we have to play close to perfect basketball.
Yeah, that's just where you are, and that puts more pressure on Rob Pelinka. Because you're going to need a deal if you're going to trade someone if you're going to try to improve this team.
They tried. D'Lo's gone.
You made one.
The piece that was most likely to go has already gone.
Yeah.
And you got, I don't say, Dorian Finney-Smith, he's a nice player.
You're 7 games in.
But he's not the difference between you winning the title or not.
No. I think you need another big. I think you need another athletic point guard to help. You have a lot of needs. But that's the thing. When you put it out there that we have to play perfect basketball to win, well, you're just up in the ante for anybody that wants to make a trade with you.
Yeah, I think that's probably true, but I don't think the players that are available, A, are going to put them over the top in any meaningful way, and B, the Lakers don't have a lot of things that other people want. And I mean that both in personnel and in assets. Do the Lakers really want to move a first-round draft pick to get a guy that will take them from wherever they are now, somewhere 6 to 10 to go from, 5 to 10.
No.
Yeah. And that's why the idea of kind of doing this.
You're trying. OKC's enviable.
Do it.
They're good, and they have a boatload of picks. That's scary. They're going to be good for a while. The Lakers, I don't know, still middling. You may have to start dealing with trading one of those guys.
The big guys?
Yeah. If you really want to get out of this mess, there's only one you can trade.
AD?
Yeah, that's the only one you can trade.
AD is the only thing I think that gets you a windfall coming back.
Of course.
Right.
Yes.
But that is a different decision than let's just keep rolling it. That is the boop.
That's a summer.
Boom.
That's a
Let's
summer
start
thing.
over.
Yeah, it's a summer thing. But
and I don't think it's a summer thing. I'm with you on that.
Yeah.
But I also think it is just philosophically something that the Lakers are opposed to. It's like it's just not in their DNA to hit the detonator.
I don't think you have a choice because you can't trade LeBron. He's got a no trade. And you're making bundles of cash with him and his son.
But I don't think it's just that. I think what it is they would rather kind of sort of be in it the way that they're in it right now, the way that they've been in it the last couple of years. Are they in it? Yeah, but not really. Then be officially out of it.
You're on the hamster wheel. Yeah.
Because if you're officially out of it, even if you if AD were gone and whatever comes back, you're in a different place philosophically, organizationally than you are right now. Right now, you can close your eyes and say, hey, maybe the 1 in 100 shot hits and we get white hot at exactly the right time. Somebody clips somebody else and they're out of your way and the matchups all worked out. You're playing for that as opposed to, hey, listen, we got to start over.
All I know is like you went life or death with the Nets.
Oh, yeah.
You went life or death with the Nets and you were one D'Lo shot from losing that game.
Do you think it was going in?
You know, you asked me that yesterday, and I felt bad. No, I didn't want him to hit that. That would have been the worst thing ever. No, I'm happy he missed that shot.
I thought it was going down.
Me too. Oh, my God. But that's a week's worth of shows.
I thought it was going to. But you know what's funny? It would have been.
But I didn't want that. No.
It would have been a day's worth of shows because it would have been, in the worst possible way.
First they lost to them. Then it was him that did it.
You know what they do? You know what they would have done if they'd done that?
What?
They'd turn around. I think they're playing Friday night. They'd beat the Celtics on Friday.
You
know what I mean? Like, this is what they do. They lose to bad teams. They beat really good teams.
They got outclassed by the Clippers, man.
I know they did.
The Clippers look so much better.
This is what they do. They're through hook or crook, at the end of the season, they're going to have enough wins to be in the 43, 45 win area. Maybe 45 or 6.
Yeah.
But they're not going to be a threat. Those 45 or 46 wins won't all come against bad teams. They'll beat some good ones. They'll lose to some bad ones. They just don't make any sense.
I'm not a fan of this era. It's not my favorite, but you're gonna have to ride it to the end. So anybody versus the Lakers in the playoffs, I still say the Lakers are a tough out because of who you have.
I think that's true. I think they are a tough out, but I think they're an out. If that makes sense.
But we're going to have to play this out.
Yeah. Well, look, I'm not saying that I'm going to walk over you, but I'm going to beat you.
Right. And would I be shocked if the Wizards beat the Lakers? Not at all.
They've only won 6 games.
They've what? Have they won in January?
I
have
don't
they won
know.
in 2025?
They've won 6 games since the middle of October. I know that.
I would not be shocked at all.
The Dump coming up next is Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN. You never expect a Hail Mary pass to win and end the game or getting into an accident. Hey, it's Trav with DeMarco.
Only one all-star defense team you can call to defend you. The personal injury law offices of Joseph S. Normand. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000.
Don't get sacked by others. Joseph will help you achieve the maximum compensation you deserve. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000. That's 213-747-2000.
Let Joseph and his team score a touchdown for you.
Plan your perfect combination at Pechanga Resort Casino, official Native American resort and casino of the Los Angeles Lakers. See for yourself what made readers of Newsweek and USA Today name Pechanga the best casino outside of Las Vegas. Pechanga has world-class resort amenities, exceptional entertainment, dining, spa, and golf, and 24/7 gaming excitement. The immense casino floor and 1,100 rooms and suites makes Pechanga one of the largest in the country. Skip the traffic, head for Pechanga Resort Casino off the I-15 in Temecula. Visit Pechanga.com or call 888-PECHANGA for reservations.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, let's talk ED because millions of men experience it. Did you know that 1 in 4 people seeking treatment for ED are under 40? So you're not alone. And even better, Hims can help. Find the ED treatment that fits your needs at up to 95% less than the brand names when you get started at hims.com/joy. It all starts with an online intake form. From there, a medical provider licensed in your state will determine if ED treatment is right for you. Through HIMS.com, you can access a full range of treatment options for ED, including daily or as-needed meds through a 100% online process. If prescribed, your medication is shipped to you for free. Millions of men experience ED, but HIMS can help. To start your free online visit and save up to 95%, go to hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit. HIMS.com/JOY.
It's time for everything we haven't gotten to today. Yes, it's time for the dump.
Everything's fine. Everybody calm down. We're all good. No, nothing to worry about. It's snowing on Bourbon Street. No big deal.
Snowing on Bourbon Street.
It's fine.
Is it really snowing on Bourbon Street?
Yeah, it's snowing on Bourbon Street. What's the big deal?
Well, it doesn't snow on Bourbon Street.
Oh,
yeah.
You mean it's not supposed to snow in Louisiana next to the water?
No, not at all.
Huh.
It's supposed to be too warm for that. What happened? Is it too cold now?
Well, yeah.
I wonder how that happens.
Snowing on Bourbon Street. It's all good.
Don't panic.
What's the big deal?
Wow.
What is the big deal?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the one thing I haven't done on Bourbon Street is like
see snow
and throw a snowball.
I really like New Orleans for about 3 days.
That's good enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
About 3 days. Eat.
Yes. Party.
Go crazy.
Yep.
Get out.
Eat again.
Eat again. Yeah, eat again.
Eat again.
Eat again.
Go out one more time.
Did you ever do the crawfish boil down there?
Oh my God, yes. Come on. What did the like a voodoo store too, just for fun.
Okay.
It got creepy in there. Yeah, it really did. I could feel it.
The energy.
You said you believe in stuff like that, right?
Not voodoos, but I believe in
stuff.
Good and bad energy.
I felt the bad energy in there. It could have been like people wanting to rob me, but something was going on in that voodoo shop.
We went to a crawfish boil in New Orleans, and I grew up in L.A. There's no crawfish here, right? Like, so they're like, oh no, we're gonna go have a good time. I'm like, all right, cool, I'll check it out. They cover the table in newspaper. They bring the big bag. They bring the big, like a burlap sack that's steaming and dripping.
Yes.
Slit that bag open
and go for it. Enjoy.
Where
right?
had that been my entire life?
Yeah, you
Why
gotta be
can't
down
we
there.
do that here?
Did you have beer?
Oh,
lots of beer. Okay.
It's. I think if you're 8 years old, they give you a pitcher of beer with
lots
something
of
like
beer.
that.
There was that time. It was the Rams when they lost to New England. So come in. This is like 3 or 4 in the morning.
Oh, this was the Tom Brady's first one.
Tom Brady, right. So
Yeah.
I asked the front desk as I'm walking in, can I just make an order here and meet me in my room? A couple eggs and some bacon and some toast. Oh, we don't serve food until 6 a.m. It's like 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
How about a few beers? Oh, sure. So I can get alcohol, but I can't get food.
Welcome to New Orleans, DeMarco.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
No doubt.
No, that was the place. So I was in that casino and having a good time.
Yeah.
Enjoying myself. And it got late, and I was having a good time.
Having a good time, yeah.
And I walked out, and I'm headed towards back to the hotel, and it's a walk of, I don't know, maybe 8 or 10 blocks.
Okay.
Okay.
It's a pretty good piece.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
And I got maybe a block, and that back of my head's like, turn around, go back to that casino. Yep. Turn around, go back.
Yep. You were
Best
being
decision
tracked.
I've ever made.
You were being monitored.
It's
Happy
also one
birthday.
of those places that also rains the same time every day. And I went there
Yeah.
for like 4 days. It rained at 3 p.m. every day for like 20 minutes, and then we're good.
And then you're good. And then it's steamy and kind of gross the rest, but it also washes all the stuff. You have to ask Ireland about licking his shoe on Bourbon Street.
Licking his
Not
shoe.
the same story.
He'll be in a second. I don't know if DeMarco's heard it, so new
Licking
for you.
his shoe.
We'll ask him.
Serpent and the Rainbow.
We'll ask him for sure. Happy birthday to the Dream, Hakeem Olajuwon.
Hakeem, the
62
Dream.
years old today.
Could he play in today's NBA?
Hell yes.
Even in the 3-point crazy.
First of all, I think he'd shoot threes to
I
a
think he
point
could.
because he
Yeah.
was athletic enough
I never
to do
saw
it.
him shoot a 3 though.
No,
he didn't
but,
have
but
to.
he was never asked to.
Yeah.
Right. That's one of those things. If Hakeem Olajuwon were, say, he's 13 years old today.
Yeah.
He's coming up through basketball.
Oh, he'd learn to shoot.
He'd be a shooter, and he would be 7 feet
Okay.
tall, and he'd be an. You know what he might be like? Maybe not with a shooting touch like this. He'd be like a Durant sort of guy. Tall, handles, athletic.
So growing up in this style of basketball, of course, he'd rise to the top. I'm talking if you drop the Dream at his best in today's, I mean, that's 2s versus 3s.
Yeah, but he'd also shoot probably 85% from the floor. He'd never miss.
You'd never miss. The Dream Shake would kill him.
Yeah. He'd never miss. Think about how little traffic there is in the lane right now. He'd be down there by himself.
What if he went to the Warriors? You put him.
That'd be the perfect team.
Wouldn't that be?
Right?
Oh, my God.
OKC, too. Like, it just, no.
Oh.
Those guys that are, traditional centers, the Dream, Shaq,
Yeah.
those guys would kill it.
Oh, my God.
There's never been an era where Olajuwon and O'Neal and those guys wouldn't
They
kill
were
it.
talking about Arvydas Sabonis the same way. If he was
Arvydas was ahead of his
If he
time.
could play right now.
Yeah.
Oh, God. His passing, unbelievable.
I know he's not the first international player in the NBA, but he's one of the first. Did he kind of lead this international crop of players to come to the NBA?
Olajuwon, you talking about him?
Yeah.
Oh.
Olajuwon came in, 84?
Yeah. He went to college. He was at Houston.
Houston Flag. He was part of Phi Slamma-Jamma. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, he wasn't the first, I don't think, but he was.
Now half of the NBA is
international. Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
I guess he counts.
And he's not European. He's from Nigeria, so
Yeah.
it's a little different too. But
yeah,
he was amazing. He was absolutely phenomenal.
Mutombo. Yeah.
Another great player.
God rest his soul.
Gina Davis turns 69 years old today.
Long Kiss Goodnight.
Is that your movie for her?
Oh, my God. Have you seen it?
Don't think so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, good?
Yeah, I saw the movie.
Good
that killed
movie or just good Gina Davis movie?
Both. Good
Okay.
movie. Sam Jackson's in it.
Okay.
He drops the best cuss words in the world.
No, that's his speciality.
And then she had a movie that failed right after and killed everything.
Okay.
Some pirate movie.
Oh.
Cutthroat Island.
I remember that movie.
Yes.
I remember that movie.
Matthew Modine vehicle.
Yeah,
All
yeah.
gone. Yes.
No, League of Their Own, great movie.
Obviously.
She, you know what she
Thelma
was
and
in?
Louise?
Of course. My first experience with her, Fletch, believe it or not.
Fletch.
She's
No way.
she's like his assistant in the newsroom in Fletch.
Get out of town.
Yeah.
No way.
Okay.
Yeah. She's probably
Gotta go watch
22 or
that
3
again.
years
my
old.
first interaction with Gina Davis was A League of Their Own, but then after that was she's the mom in Stuart Little.
Yes.
Like the live action Stuart Little.
Sells
And
it,
again,
too.
let's bring up this old topic of if you were the child of Gina Davis and Hugh Laurie and your parents went to the orphanage to go pick up another little kid to join your family, to be your little brother, and you bring home a mouse,
We got
what
problems.
are we doing? I'd be so upset with
But
my
a
parents.
mouse that can drive a car.
he had a motorcycle
wears
too.
clothes.
Yeah.
And they like him better. They
Yeah.
like the mouse better. I would be beside myself.
Stuart was smart, though.
Stuart Little or Mouse and the Motorcycle? Did you read Mouse and the Motorcycle as a kid?
I don't remember. What's the mouse on the motorcycle?
Hey, you know, sometimes you just Mouse and the Motorcycle
Yeah.
was a book
Let me see.
about the mouse that lived in a hotel, and he would sneak around the hotel, and he would ride. Some kid had left his toy motorcycle behind, and he would ride it. If he went, brrr, the motorcycle would go, and he wore a ping pong ball as a helmet. And that's really all I remember about the movie, or the book. But I remember loving it.
Why does that look familiar? I see.
You
that.
I bet
I'm
you
looking at the
read
cover.
it as a kid.
I probably.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Gina was also in a movie this past year called Don't Blink Twice. No, or Blink Twice. With Zoe Kravitz, and she has like a smallish role in the movie, but she was good. Yeah.
Random question. Emily and I were talking about the Bullets since we mentioned the
Yeah.
Bullets. She looked up when the name changed. When was it? 97, Em?
Yeah, 1997, Trav, just a couple years ago.
Fine.
So we're looking at the logo. What was the logo? Just two hands
It was-
trying to get the ball?
It was like
Yeah.
two C's
It
for
was
hands.
two hands like jumping for a ball.
But like
Okay.
they're very cupped in
Bullets?
a
Yeah.
weird
There was
way.
a time when they actually had bullets on them.
Yeah, going sideways.
Yeah. Sideways on there.
Yeah, but like we're looking to two L's, and the hands,
Yeah.
if you're normal, would just be like flat
They're like
hands.
this.
But they're like
Yeah.
as if you had like Lego hands.
wasn't the most well thought out thing.
No.
Yeah.
Well, Bullets is a very specific choice.
97.
Yeah.
Bullets.
Yeah.
And then the Red River Shootout became the Rivalry.
Red River Rivalry.
Red River.
That was like
Rivalry.
in the same 5 years.
No, I think the Red River Shootout lasted a little longer. I want to say because
That's 97.
like, the
Because I was
cannons?
doing college football for Fox, and
Okay.
they made us change it.
Oh, really?
We had the man. That's like 2004.
Oh, was it? Okay, I would have got that way
The
wrong.
shootout is now the rivalry. Yeah, we
Yeah.
can't say shootout.
Well, I
anymore.
don't think. Remember, Georgia, Florida used to be the world's largest outdoor cocktail party.
They changed that
I don't think that's that anymore
Yeah,
either.
which is I don't know why that's an issue, but
because
whatever.
I think it promotes drinking with.
Okay.
it
college
promotes
students, but
binge drinking,
Right.
specifically.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's gonna happen either way.
Of course it is.
But they can go gambling in this establishment. I had no
What?
the
idea.
world's largest DUI.
Yeah, right,
Right.
right. The world's largest place to get arrested and watch football.
Right there.
1990, this day in history, January 21st, John McEnroe became the first player to be disqualified from the Australian Open for misconduct. John McEnroe is, always will be awesome.
The hothead.
John McEnroe would go bananas.
He has a good doc. Have you seen the documentary about him?
Is it on Max?
I think so, where he's walking around New York and they keep going back. It's so good. Yes.
I love John McEnroe.
Yes.
He's fascinating to me, but I don't think I've seen that.
He's a hothead. I really is that the time you cannot be serious?
No, that was at Wimbledon.
Oh, that was a different one. Okay,
Yeah.
you could not be serious.
Answer the question,
jerk.
The
I have it
question,
here.
you jerk. You got it, Ev?
No mistakes so far in this match, right? You haven't overruled anything. No mistakes whatsoever.
Take us up, please.
Answer my question!
The rage, man. And, sometimes you get guys that go nuts for performance. Like Tommy Lasorda, when he would go nuts, it was art. He was doing it to get his team fired up.
Yeah.
John McEnroe was that mad.
And the thing is, too, tennis players are all insane. Like, they're all crazy because they're so individual and they have to get themselves
Big
fired
time.
up. McEnroe is on another level. And also that documentary you talked about is on Showtime. It's now on Paramount Plus.
That's so
I got to check it out.
So good.
I got to check it out. All right.
Genius. Have you seen kids? Have you ever
I
met
doubt
smart
you have
kids?
Paramount Plus.
Smart kids?
Super smart kids like that. They've never earned a B in their life.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Yeah, super smart kids.
Yeah.
The first time they fail at something,
they
usually
don't
snap
know what to do
at all. They've
Yeah.
never been here before.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's what McEnroe strikes me as.
I
Yeah.
got one more. I want to see if you've been paying attention.
Okay.
Today was the day in 2010 that Kobe Bryant became the youngest NBA player ever to reach 25,000 points at 31 years old and 151 days, breaking the record held by. What's the answer?
I don't know. Who?
What's always the answer in the
Wilt Chamberlain.
There you go.
It's always the answer. It's always the answer.
Michael told me this when I was doing the Laker half and post. He goes, if there's ever a list, Wilt Chamberlain's always the answer.
On it. Okay. Wow.
LeBron currently has the record right now. Broke Kobe's record. Yep, this record would eventually be broken by LeBron James in 2015.
Unbelievable. Pretty soon it's going to be LeBron James on every list.
There you go.
Yes.
There you go. The answer is always Wilt Chamberlain. Super Cross Talks coming up next. Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
Steve Mason and John Ireland.
Mason and Ireland is next after Travis and DeMarco.
I got to say, I think a very successful season for the Rams.
What you want, if you're a season ticket holder like you are, is you want the team to take you on a ride.
Yes.
All right? You want from the start of the season to the end of the season to have highs and lows, and you want them to compete for the title. The Rams did all of that.
The OGs of LA Sports Radio. That's Mason and Ireland.
On 710 ESPN.
Hey, it's Steve Farr. If you're like me, you just don't want to watch the game. You want the best experience every time. That's why Absolute Sport is a game changer. VIP access to the biggest games, exclusive pregame parties, luxury hotels, whether it's courtside, ringside, or the 50-yard line, Absolute Sport makes sure you're there, not just watching, you're living the action. Visit us.absolute-sport.com. That's ABSOLUT-sport, and make your next sporting experience absolutely unforgettable.
All right, I've got the chips and soda covered. What about you?
I'm bringing chicharrones and the MVP, guac. Northgate Gonzalez Market makes the best guacamole. It's made fresh every day with quality ingredients, so it's always delicious. And the best part, they make it exactly the way I want it. I get extra jalapenos for me and no jalapenos for the kids. We both win.
Score a touchdown every time with guacamole from Northgate Gonzalez Markets. It makes every party a winner. The guacamole from Northgate Gonzalez Market. It's the flavor that unites us. Northgate Gonzalez Market. Every visit has a story.
Going through a life change? Whether you're downsizing, you've inherited a home, or you're just ready for a change, Seller's Advantage is here to make selling your home easy. They'll buy it as is with a competitive cash offer. With Seller's Advantage, you're in control. Close as quickly as you want and do it on your own terms. Check out their reviews online and call for a no-obligation offer at 888-390-AS-IS. That's 888-390-2747 or visit sellersadvantage.com.
Don't worry, sell happy with Seller's Advantage.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer. Our policy is to provide equal opportunity employment, development, and advancement to all current and potential teammates. If you are an organization that maintains a job bank, provides employment information, or gives job referrals, you may request to be placed on the station's mailing list for future career opportunities. To learn more about careers at Good Karma Brands, please email careers@goodkarmabrands.com.
KSPN AM 710 Los Angeles. KRDC AM 1110 Pasadena, Los Angeles.
K256CX 99.1 FM, Pasadena, Los Angeles.
It's the greatest segment in LA sports radio history.
Oh my God. When the shows come together for magic on the radio.
It will only grow stronger. Super Crosstalk.
Super Crosstalk presented by In-N-Out Burger. In-N-Out. That's what a hamburger is all about.
It's time for Super Crosstalk.
All right, so I want to start with the Dodger thing real quick. Not that they signed Kirby Yates.
Who'd they sign now?
Kirby Yates.
Kirby Yates is old, right?
33 saves and a $1.17 ERA.
He had a whip of 0.8.
How old is he?
He's 30. He'll be 38 when the season starts.
Strikeouts per 9 of over 12.
He got Cy Young
votes
last year.
That's a Friedman signing, taking a flyer on a guy, seeing if he's still got anything.
He was an All-Star last year. He got Cy Young Award votes.
The year before
he was
just
okay, right?
Yes.
He had a 3 and change ERA the year before. But I'm telling you, this is like their 5th guy out of
crazy.
the pen.
I don't know if you guys heard this when DeMarco and I were talking about this earlier, but do you know what Vegas has the Dodger win total over/under set at? You want to
what
take
would you
a
think
guess.
it is?
Take a guess.
105.
Okay, John.
Close.
I'm going to go 108.
That's what I guessed.
Yeah, I said 110. Yeah,
it's 103.5.
Okay,
that's
I'll
low.
take the over.
Well, and they may not invest in the regular season. They've done that before. They're talking about not even activating Kershaw until August.
Yep.
Right.
They're talking about a 6-man rotation.
We were just saying last year no Dodger threw more than 150 innings.
There it is.
That's again this year.
And how many did they have last year?
Wins?
Yeah.
98.
Yeah. So 103 is probably about right.
2 years before that, with a team that, at least on a spreadsheet, is not as good as this team.
As good
they
as
won
this
111.
One. You got better after winning.
So I guess what I'm getting at is what you're saying, right? And what you're saying, John. I agree. I don't think they're going to pitch guys. I don't think anybody makes 20 starts on this team.
No.
I don't think anybody gets to that number.
And for that reason, and I also think they're going to be very careful with the Japanese arms.
No question.
Yep.
All three of them.
And I think that they'll be pretty deliberate about getting guys off their feet when they can.
Somebody like Landon Knack could lead them in innings.
Yep. I think that's possible. But they have
Tony Gonsolin, something like that.
There's so many of them. That's the thing. It's not like you're just there's you got your 5 aces, and then you got 5 other guys that are quality major league pitchers. They could win 105 without leaning on anybody.
And to your point, think about when the playoffs start. You only need 3 starters.
4. But
for a longer series, you might need 4.
7 games.
But if you need to, you can work it with 3, and there are 7 to 10 other dudes.
Hold on. Let's play the game.
He loves this. Go ahead.
Let's play the game. This is my favorite game.
Yeah.
Who goes to the bullpen in a 7-game series? Okay. Sasaki.
Nope.
Yamamoto, Ohtani, Glasnow, and Snell. Assuming health for all 5, which is the odd man out?
Since Glasnow and Snell have past injury issues, I would not put them in the bullpen.
Okay.
Ohtani in the bullpen makes perfect sense to me.
Sasaki in the bullpen with that wipeout splitter would be devastating.
And by the way, we need to be prepared. I sent Mace a long article on Sasaki.
Yeah.
He's a project.
Very much so. Yeah. He has been not good over the past year. Now, what he's done before that has been insane. But over the last year, he's been shown some wear and tear, and
he's a work in progress.
And he's only 23. We forget he's basically a minor leaguer.
Yamamoto, for the most part, was a finished product when he got here. Sasaki is not.
Well,
he is a work in progress.
Do you know the backstory on him?
Which one?
The tsunami.
Oh, his dad lost his dad in the tsunami. Yeah.
So one of the reasons why he didn't want to wait until after he was 25 is he lost, I think, his dad and his grandfather. There was a big earthquake in his town in Japan. Mm-hmm. And where he lives right on the ocean. Earthquakes equal tsunamis, and the seawall in his town wasn't high enough, and it wiped out hundreds of people. And they say it's kind of shaped him, and so for that reason, he doesn't know. He takes the attitude, I don't know if I'll be alive when I'm 25. I'm going now.
That makes sense. That makes sense. They're going to send an ace to the bullpen, possibly. Not because... we saw it. Walker Buehler go to the bullpen. It's game 5.
Well, think about
he's going to be down there from the jump.
It's different from an inning with Walker Buehler to a guy that's going to be a reliable arm in the post.
Bonkers.
Just nuts.
Just think about the flexibility Ohtani gives him. If he's in the game already as a DH, you just put him on the mound. You send him down to the bullpen to warm up.
Yeah.
and then he's already in the game.
Ask them the stolen bases thing. He bet his ear on this.
He's going to have more steals than Travis thinks.
I think he's going to have less than 10.
Ohtani?
Less than 10.
He had 50 last year.
He had 59.
He bet his ear on this.
Because he's going to pitch.
No, I think you're wrong.
He's going to play about probably 15 or 20 fewer games.
He did dislocate his shoulder in that.
The last time he tried to steal a
yeah.
base, he dislocated his shoulder. He doesn't run nearly as much in the seasons where he pitches.
By the way, he also dislocated his shoulder a few times last year.
I think that was a one-off of, I know I don't have to pitch. I'm just going to try. I'm going to see what I can do. I think it's going to be only as absolutely necessary.
We're going to get you one of those coaching headsets. You're going to be
Vincent Van Gogh.
I would set the over-under at 25.
That's what I said.
I'll take the under all day long.
There you go.
You can have my other ear, John.
Please don't get hurt. My God.
By the way, I don't understand DeMarco's
I'm right here.
I'm talking to you about
DeMarco.
Okay,
go ahead.
I'm right here.
DeMarco, go get a cup of coffee.
Why is DeMarco so offended
I don't know.
We have said Sean McVay can talk for a while without saying anything.
It's
He's
a prerequisite
the
as
best
a
at
coach.
The best.
Is he afraid to talk to me?
And you are offended by that.
I'm not offended by that.
No,
You guys misread that whole conversation.
No, you were like, why is Sean taking strays?
No, I said, why is he even in the conversation?
Because he's one of the best.
What's the name of that? On
Factor
Cap. Like
he's
out
one
of the
of the
newer.
best.
There's a lot of. I'm watching this. Mace, you're going to love this. I'm going to turn you on to something that you're not going to believe. In honor of the 50th year anniversary of SNL.
Yeah, I've watched these, yeah.
Do you watch this thing on
Yeah.
Peacock?
Yeah,
Our guy Jeff Blake's in it?
I watched the one about the writers.
Okay, so that's episode 2.
Yes.
There are 4. They do an entire episode, an hour on the cowbell sketch.
Oh, God.
You're kidding.
No, it's
More cowbell.
awesome.
Yeah.
So basically, it's on Peacock, and next month, SNL is celebrating their 50th anniversary. NBC's giving them a whole night.
Yep.
Wow.
So they're basically going to do
They're doing the music.
It's a Sunday, and they're giving them like 7 to 11. They're
great.
treating it like the Oscars.
SNL music?
So no, SNL everything.
No,
But
they're doing
they
the
have
music.
a whole episode on SNL music and all the musical
I'm
acts
interested
that
in
have
that.
Right.
Yeah.
So this is a 4-part series on Peacock on how they make the show.
And the first one is about auditions. The second one is about writing.
Ooh.
The third one is about cowbell,
And the fourth one is about music.
No,
More
it's
cowbell.
about 1 year where Lorne left and then came back.
And that was why they
And-
considered the worst year in the
Right.
history of the show.
It's how he saved the show when it was about to get
The
canceled.
thing that grabbed me out of this, which I found just amazing, I never knew. I've interviewed a lot of writers and a lot of former cast members, and I never realized there were so many writers.
Well, Tina Fey started as a writer. John Mulaney started as a
Like,
writer.
you look-
Seth
how
Meyers.
many writers are on staff at
I'd
any
say
given
there
time?
were. They showed us
Probably 15.
Yeah, I
15
mean, they
writers.
showed a room full
Damn.
of 20 people. I swear, and I never realized.
This
I
one
just thought
girl
it
was like
just-
going to be a playwright. And she went to Harvard to write plays, and she couldn't get a job as a playwright.
Wasn't
and Lorne
Bob
Michaels
Odenkirk a writer
No,
on that?
he's all over this special.
Yeah.
John,
Yeah.
And when you see the audition thing,
No wonder.
you're not going to believe the people they passed on.
Oh, wow.
They passed on Jim Carrey 3 times. They passed on Kevin Hart.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they passed. I mean,
I just talked to, by the way, he was there a decade, Bobby Moynihan. He got passed on twice and got a third audition. Nobody ever gets a third audition. He got a third crack at it. And finally
But
broke through.
what made me think of it was every once in a while you see somebody, you come across somebody. I was this way with Kobe. I was this way the first time I saw Kelly Clarkson on American Idol, where you go, okay, this person is about to meet their moment. And when I say their moment, they're doing exactly what God wanted them to do. They hit that's Sean McVay. Sean McVay, from the time he was 31 when he got that job, and everybody said, what, they're hiring this kid. Half the players are older than him. And I heard him talk, and I went, oh, he's that guy.
Born to do it.
He's doing exactly what he was meant to do.
Jared Versus too.
And,
Yeah,
right.
Jared Versus.
Jared Versus definitely
and
doing
so
it.
for Tiger. You know, you could,
sure.
from the first time you saw Tiger, like he's on a Bob.
Twice here.
Yeah.
He's on a Bob Hope thing, and you remember that? Or Mike Douglas.
Mike Douglas, yeah.
And Mike Douglas puts a
moves it
ball
closer
down.
to the hole.
Yeah, puts a ball down for about 3 feet.
Yeah.
He goes, how old are you? He goes, 2. And he goes, well, here, see if you can make this putt. And he sets it up at 3 feet. And Tiger walks out, picks up the ball, and puts it to 2 inches, and then he puts it in. So McVay, DeMarco, it's not an insult to say to McVay that he can talk without saying anything. I think McVay is capable. I think had McVay gone to Amazon,
right,
he would have killed it.
We were just saying CEOs, people. CEOs doing earnings calls to stock. You've got to be able to talk for a long time.
Andrew Friedman is a 1%er in this game.
He's the unbelievable, the best of the best. I think is Andrew Friedman. You can talk. We've had him on the show for 20 minutes. Hasn't said a damn thing.
Yeah, Trav, I've done 10 minutes on the West Wing with Andrew Friedman.
Yeah, I know. I'm in. I want next time you do that, call me.
Oh, Rick Majerus.
I want to do it.
Rick Majerus could. Yeah,
but that's the.
No, I didn't. I'm not insulted for McVay.
You seemed insulted.
No, I'm not
on
insulted.
behalf of McVay.
I just wondered why him. There's so many people you could use.
Because he's really good.
All right. Yeah. Thank you. Go back.
He got so.
I know.
I'm like, and then every factor cap, he would go back to McVay. It's like, okay, Emily would ask the next one, and he'd go, "Well, why is McVay taking his praise?"
We haven't even talked about him today.
We talk about him every day.
No, we don't.
Yes,
we do. We do not.
I bet if I went over your show, you would say the name Sean McVay at least once every day this week.
Probably.
I bet you could
it's
go
only
back
Tuesday,
from the very first day.
It is Tuesday. Yeah.
Since you and I have done this show.
Yeah.
We've said his name at least once on every show.
Yes.
I'd be stunned if we
right.
did.
But it's football season.
Yeah.
We're Rams
But what if we
Station.
talk about McVay in press conferences?
We talk about McVay in a million different ways.
McVay in press conferences.
We did today.
Anyway.
By the way,
out of the blue.
It's not even an original thing. Like we've had this conversation before.
We have?
Yeah, no, this on the station. I think Ireland and I have had this conversation. Yeah.
I want one question about the auditions for SNL.
Yeah.
And I because I saw a teaser for what the show you're talking about, and I saw Will Ferrell's audition.
Yeah.
Or audition, I should say.
You could tell in 10 seconds.
10 seconds.
The Harry Carey.
He did the cat playing with the thing.
Yeah.
It was amazing. The more, as we get closer to the 50th anniversary, as you see more and more clips on Instagram and everything else, and we just more and more and more. And this is not to minimize Eddie Murphy or anybody else that is coming through here. Will Ferrell is the best person to have ever come through that show.
I think you might have mentioned the best person ever come to that show.
Eddie Murphy?
You could put Eddie Murphy in anything,
Well,
and he would kill it.
Not Pluto Nash.
No. I'm talking about SNL skits.
Yeah. Oh.
There was somebody that was talking about how they got on the cast with Eddie Murphy, and he said we just wrote him like Secretariat.
Yeah, look, Eddie Murphy's Eddie Murphy, but Will Ferrell in that show, I don't know if he missed. Like, and I'm sure there was one or two that clunkers, but you see, I remember that.
Funny.
Will Ferrell's
super funny.
Definitely
So-
one of
Oh
the
my
super
God.
funny-
I'm in New
the
Orleans,
funniest.
and he's at a Laker game filming a movie. And I walk up to him, and I said, hey, Will, my name is... And he looks at me, and he goes, John Ireland.
Yeah.
He listens to the station all the time.
I know.
Yeah.
He
showed up at one of our remotes with the morning show.
Yeah, and I'm like,
he walked in the room and I went,
he knew the whole lineup.
Yeah.
He goes, I just met Mason at a soccer game.
Yeah, I mean, I met him at the when I was the Falconer at the LAFC, and my mom was with me, and I said, Will, I want you to meet my... First of all, he knew who I was right away. I want you to meet my mom. He says, is this Donna?
Oh.
Yeah, it blew me
too.
away. And he he goes to probably 75% of the Laker games.
He's a big Kings fan too.
Yeah, sits on the baseline next to Diane King.
Yeah, the best thing was over the holidays when he went
Came
to
as
the
elf.
Kings game and he came as elf, angry sad elf.
Incredible. We were doing at was it BMO now? We were at BMO Stadium. We're doing our morning show, and the stage is set up, and I'm at the point of the table, and Key is all the way to the left, LZ's in the middle, and so the audience is facing the three of us. And I see this person walk into the back of the room, and from a distance, I don't know, they're maybe 40, 50 feet away. I'm like, yeah, it looks a little like Will Ferrell, but I'm not thinking it's Will Ferrell. He gets a little closer, and I realize, oh my God, it's Will Ferrell. And he and I look at each other, and he kind of like this, and I'm like, yeah. And as he comes around, all of a sudden, somebody clocks him, and now the whole room. and everybody was just dumbstruck by him. I was listening to you guys, and I was dropping my son off at school. I thought I'd swing by and see what's going on.
Nice
oh my
such
God.
a great guy.
Yeah, and he's another one that he met his moment. He got to SNL and he was just perfect for it.
He's an Orange County guy, right?
University High in Irvine. That would have been that was the school the closest to Corona Del Mar. Newport Harbor, Corona Del Mar, and University are the three schools in my neighborhood where I grew up.
And you went to school with Mark McGrath.
I did.
There you go.
Great guy. Mace met him. He was in the race with Mace.
Yeah, he was in the celebrity race with
Mark
me,
McGrath. When you meet Mark, you think that he can't be this nice.
Yeah,
but
he's
he
fantastic.
How'd you do in that race?
I beat Omar Epps. I beat Willie Galt.
They called him the human pylon.
What was the race?
He finished dead last, but the reason he beat Galt,
they wrecked.
Wrecked.
Yeah,
exactly.
He was just
a car race.
I actually think he was in the Long Beach Grand Prix celebrity race.
Yeah.
How much training did you do for that?
A lot.
More than you would think.
Yeah.
I trained a lot. I was like out in the street. I'd never driven stick.
So
I found out the very first day, we're not automatic transmission.
Were they thinking to give you a Honda Accord?
No. So I had to learn how to drive stick on top of everything else in terms of the racing. But you're right, Mark McGrath, fantastic.
You got to tell him the story tomorrow about you licking your shoe on
Bourbon Street. Don't tell me now. Tell me later.
Well, I've told that story so many times that Bergman might pull me off the air if I tell it again. I'll tell you off the air.
Do it during Supercross Talk.
Supercross Talk. Yeah, that's right. Supercross Talk is brought to you by In-N-Out. In-N-Out, that's what a hamburger is all about.
Still throwing it down.
Backdoor cut to LeBron and a thunder dunk. Beautiful pass, and LeBron slams it home.
Guess who's back?